All right, mic check, mic check, mic check.
Michael Checkington.
Mike
Mike check.
Checkster.
Kels, can I turn you up a little bit?
Check. Yeah, crank me.
I mean, do you have anything
up.
on your end? Because they actually maxed you out. I mean, just even closer to your face, probably. Just David's loud ass over here.
True.
Ass.
My ass do be loud.
All right. You feeling good?
Sensitivity a little bit.
Cool. All right, let's do this. Welcome to the Blue Rubies podcast, episode number 299. We're right there, boys. Next week.
On the cusp.
The cusp of greatness. I've said this, I've iterated this a billion times on this podcast, but previously before Blue Rubies, our record was like maybe 26 or 27 episodes. That was our curse.
Yeah.
And we started this, we're like, yeah, we'll get to around there and we'll stop. If you told me over 5 years ago we'd reach 300, I'd be like, yeah, no shot.
Blasting past it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Adrian. That's David. That's Kels. We talk about video games usually every Tuesday on youtube.com/outbluerubies, but this week it's on Thursday because we got shiny new toys maybe to talk about.
Ooh.
Well, we got some snafus here and there. We got some surprises. We got some fun stories. We'll tell you about them in a little bit. Like, comment, subscribe, copyright strike. It really helps us out.
True.
Let's I was gonna ask how you guys' week. That's usually how I go, but let's just talk about the debacle of today because I feel like everyone has a little bit of a story today. Mine's probably the most mild. I just had some work trainings over the summer, so I am now officially done with my trainings. I got a nice little hearty bump in pay in a couple weeks, which is cool. For doing that, and I was like, whatever. It's like, dude, I'm getting like $300 per day, so I'm like, yeah, no, that's fine. Whatever. But especially on the day when you spend all this kind of money on these shiny new toys, right? You're like, yeah, I probably should justify that by working a little bit more.
Right.
With that said, I haven't heard the full Kel story, and I just heard the full David story, but I would like David, because David can't really go into full details, but I would love to hear just kind of mildly. David had no he was not going to get a shiny new Switch.
Yeah,
no,
what you said in the group chat kind of scared me too. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I talked to Adrian a little bit about it while you were fetching your other Switch there. But high level, I had to deal with a very problematic member of my family today. I had to leave work. And I had to basically tell this family in no uncertain terms are they to ever go anywhere else near the rest of the family again.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, there will be issues to be had. And
I know, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to cut that part off. I know you're not gonna share anything else about that, I know. But I want to know what the thought process was. That David was so stressed out that he's like, you know what?
I need a Switch.
That's basically what it was. He's like, after I dealt with that, I had to go find lunch.
I can respect the shit out of that.
Yeah.
So I went to Walmart.
Honestly, like I talk shit on David all the time with that stuff. But not only that, but you're gonna hear one part of this that actually threw me for a loop. With one part of his purchase, mind boggled me. Yeah. So keep going.
So I went to Walmart and I got a donut there because I didn't want like anything nice for lunch. Whenever I'm upset, I just
Man walks in for a donut, walks out with a whole ass Switch too.
Well, I still walked out with a donut as well. But like when I'm feeling like really fucking upset, like just stuck in my head upset, I like shitty bakery items. I don't want the good shit because I don't want to feel good. So I just get the shitty bakery things from Walmart when I'm feeling down.
Sure.
And so I went there. I got my donut.
He really didn't want to feel good. He's like, what would piss me the fuck off right now? I'm gonna buy this dumbass console I hate, along with something I fucking despise in video games.
Well, all morning, I was texting my boss, and he's like, "Oh man, fucking, they're like sold out at all the GameStops in our area. There might be like one or two there." He had to do a trip down to Boston, and he's like, you know, even a lot of the GameStops don't seem to have any. I might try to grab one. And then we were, of course, texting this morning about all the shit happening with Switches, which we'll talk about a little bit later as well. Shout outs to GameStop on many fronts.
Yeah, GameStop.
But so it was in my brain. So I was like, you know what? It's sold out everywhere. I know. I already saw that the GameStop near me when I went by it had a sign, a big ass sign that says, "We don't have any fucking Switch 2s. Don't even bother asking." So I'm like, for giggles, I'll go take a look. Whatever. I am unfortunately the kind of person. The only thing that really gets me out of my head when I'm in a really foul mood is add to cart. So I'm like, you know what? I got my donut. Let's see. They're not gonna have it. I'll go home with my donut and I'll be angrily content.
Yeah.
And I go over to the fucking electronics area, my Walmart, and there's like 7 Switches just chilling out there. Switch 2s just big chilling in there. And I'm like, there are Switch 2s. And I look up to the game case, and there's only 2 games that they have in stock. And I'm like, I didn't want to buy you, but I guess that's what I'm doing today. So then I fucking walk over to the electronics area where an employee is sitting there with her headphones in, fucking around on her phone. And I'm like, excuse me. And I tried for like a solid fucking minute of not trying to shout at this
You should
woman.
just fucking just did that, like, yeah, just like do the solely roar.
But finally I get her attention. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get a Switch 2. So I grab a Switch 2, and then as I'm staring at the games, I'm like, fuck it, and give me that copy of Bravely Default that's not actually on the fucking cartridge, and it's just
That blew my mind above all else.
Yeah.
I would expect David to have a Switch with no games, just play his backlog. I would never. I 100% was standing on the world that there was not a universe that David would have any game key games.
Yeah, I was thinking like, oh, surely he like walked outside and just found it sitting on the ground, like it fell out of someone's
I was
cart
like,
or
there's no
something.
shot he actually bought a game before you and I did.
No, I cave because I do love Bravely Default, and it's one of those things that I hope that down the road there is an actual release of it where it's all on cart, in which case I can then at least sell that and grab it. But I don't want to make it a habit of grabbing these, but I am a sucker for Bravely Default, so I caved.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's like one of the toughest things too, because there are so many good games I do want to get, but it's just like, well, fuck, it's on a key cart. I guess I'm.
Yeah.
It's like, god damn, there's so many that I really fucking want too, like the Hitman game. It's a key cart with
Yakuza is a
with a
travesty.
download. Yeah, Yakuza. Yeah, that's the perfect one because they're adding content that's not on any other version, right?
Yeah, I was expecting the event yesterday for them to be like, and by the way, here's Yakuza 0 PS5 edition with it enhanced with this. And
I had just played that game. You guys know about that, and I was ready to invest again into it because I was so happy with it. And nope, I'm not gonna. I can't believe I can't believe I stood on business more than David, and I don't even give a shit that much. I'll eventually buy one, I'm sure, but damn, I never thought David would fold faster than I
honestly,
did.
the fact that it was only $40 is the one that kind of made me go, fine, fuck it. Because it's $40. It's the same as if I bought it digitally.
Look, and how about this? It sucks. At least it's not a download code though. Download code, it's like no, like 0% shot on doing download codes. Game keys, shitty. Not as shitty, like lesser of two evils.
Right. It's the lesser of the evil because at the end of the day, I can go and sell that. And someone can go put it in their console. It'll functionally work. The other trade-off is I have a couple buddies that are going to be getting Switch 2s as well that have never had the chance to play Bravely Default. So I'm like, fuck it. I can just go ahead, use the share feature. Yep. There you go. You go play that for my digital key
for its anti-consumer, it's actually kind of like, it's not the worst. It's actually there's a solid side to it too.
Somewhere Don Matrick is laughing because his vision is realized.
Fuck that guy.
He was just ahead of his time.
Yeah, by like what, 12 years. and I stand by it. Xbox One had a cool design that in hindsight would have worked, but was just way too ahead of its time. But the way they handled it, like having to require the Kinect, saying, "Oh, go buy a 360," that fucked everything.
Yeah,
$100 more than a PS4 fucked everything.
Marketing fucked it over a lot.
Because you think about the launch lineups of PS4 and Xbox One, I think Xbox One sweeps. You had Killer Instinct, Dead Rising 3, you had a Forza game, you had Rise, which is not that great, but still, Rise Son of Rome still looks phenomenal to this day, which is fucking wild.
Yeah, it really do.
And versus Knack and there was a racing game, I believe, on there.
Yeah.
I think Xbox One sweeps
Motorstorm.
that. What was it?
I think it was Motorstorm, right?
I don't know if it was Motorstorm. Was it?
Yes.
I think it was the Pacific one. Pacific
Yeah.
Rim Rift or something
Pacific
like that.
Rim. Pacific Rim, the video game.
Hell yeah, Pacific Rim Motorstorm.
I actually rewatched that
Like
movie not too long ago.
Riptide or something like
The
that.
students wanted to watch a movie because the seniors were gone, and they just decided to watch Pacific Rim, and that was a great movie, dude.
Oh, dude, I
First
love.
one still holds
yeah.
up.
Yeah, no, the first one's great.
Two
I
is
love that movie.
ass. Two,
Dude,
no, two is
yes.
if it's same thing with the Last of Us Part 2. I hope they make a sequel to Pacific Rim 1, dude. One day,
Well, they have the animes; those are pretty good.
I've heard. But anyway,
I still gotta
David,
check those out actually.
you walked out with the shiny new Switch 2, so welcome to the family. You folded,
I
you
walked
folded
out
faster
knowing
than
I
I ever
still
thought
have
you would.
like $600 I got to invest into doing up my car, but here we are.
Yeah, but it happens. It happens. Retail therapy, you know.
Yeah.
Why spend money on a therapist when you can just buy something that's feasible forever?
It's true. It's cheaper in the long run.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's proven that these will last you over 10 years. 10 years of happiness, right?
At
there.
least.
Guaranteed.
I mean, I got fucking game consoles that go back to the 70s.
Kells,
Exactly.
you have quite the story.
Yeah, so my story begins and ends at fuck GameStop. So I don't shop with them at all because they're just a terrible company. I used to work
They're
there
power
too.
to the players.
Yeah, power to these fucking nuts, dog. So I used to work there like years ago whenever I was in college, and so I understand the struggle of people working there, but I also understand like what it means to work in customer service and the right way to handle situations. And I don't know, GameStop's completely fucked.
I
So
don't know,
went
dude. The
in-
situation you gone through is so. I'm been excited to hear it. Not in not the shitty way, right? I was excited to hear it all day because I'm like, how does this happen? Because you're probably better than I am. I am pretty patient in a lot of facets of life. Being a teacher, you know, I have to have a lot of patience. But like,
Yeah.
there's some moments where I will throw fits. Like I'm like I feel like I've allocated myself on the patience meter. I've done so well here. I feel like I'm allowed some outbursts.
It's that
in a
kind of
feasible
karmic
moment.
scale where it's like, you know what? I can afford to lose some today.
Right.
Yeah, I
like,
can hit Renegade and not go not go fully over the tilt.
I'm going to punch this reporter, and then it's going to be fine because I won't do anything else bad after.
Yeah, I'm gonna save the universe. We're all good. It balances out. No, that's exactly what it was. So I'm the same exact way, Adrian. Like I'm cool, level-headed, and like I can be sarcastic because I know how to like give it back whenever people are giving
Sure.
it. But there's certain things that just flip a switch in me. Like, how the fuck did this happen? Like, who let this happen? How did we get here? And who the fuck do I have to yell at? Because
Right.
that's exactly where we were. So last night I went to the midnight release and I went up there at like 11 and I went and hopped in line. Line was moving. I get up to the door. They're like, "Did you pre-check?" I was like, "No, no one told me about pre-check." And like, "Well, you can't pick it up because our systems are down and we can't check our systems for the pre-order." So I said, "So what if I had it pre-checked and I was walking through the line and decided I want to get like Cyberpunk and Mario Kart and other stuff? Would you just not sell it to me?" And they're like, "Well, I don't think we can do that." It's like, "Well, you said the systems are down, so you couldn't sell me any add-ons to it. What about a warranty? What if I wanted a warranty for my
I was
Switch?
gonna
Are you
buy a
not gonna sell that
warranty,
to me?"
guys.
I was going to be the one that said yes.
Yeah, it's like the McDonald's ice cream. Oh, sorry, no, it's working now.
Right. And I was like,
I
"So
was gonna
you
re-up my pro membership. What the fuck?
Right. I was gonna do everything to get your bonuses
A
online.
GameStop credit card. I want one.
Put it all on that credit card too. And so that's whenever it started kicking in. Like this guy, he had like a deer in the headlights look. I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's just like some guy working here. Probably got hired on just for this, like a part-time employee to work like this midnight release because they thought it'd be big or something." So I'm just like, okay,
How many people were
it's
there?
fine. It wasn't like a whole lot. It was like maybe 30, 40 people.
That's not
They
bad
had,
size though.
Yeah, no, they had a short line outside, and then they had it, like wrapped around in the store as
Right.
well. And so I was just like, "Fuck, okay, I'm not gonna cause a scene. I'll just go home." And I was like, okay, I made my point here. I'm satisfied with that. I can just pick it up tomorrow, because it's already late. I need to go to sleep. So that all happens. Blah blah blah. Work day, the whole day. I'm just like, ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait. And my wife is like, ooh, are you excited? I was like, oh yeah. She's just like helping rev me up. And so go throughout the whole day. I go back to the same GameStop, of course, where I pre-ordered at. I come in and I'm like, hey, here to pick up my Switch. Here's my receipt. Here's my account stuff. And they're like, okay, cool. So they start pulling me up. They're like, so did you pre-check? I was like, no, funny story. I came last night and I wasn't able to pre-check.
Why the
because your
fuck do you need a
system's down."
pre-check in the middle of the day?
That's why I said, I was like, why do I need a pre-check? I just need to pick up my system. And they
I
said,
gave you $5 that promised that
Was
you
it
would hold
paid
on to a
off?
console for me.
oh yeah, no, I paid it off.
Oh my
think-
god!
I
See
paid
what
it off.
works.
Yeah, I went and paid it off. I think Friday, like last week.
Did you
because I
pre-check?
was like, oh, yeah, I fucking should have. And see, that's the thing that gets me too. So whenever
Holy
I worked
fuck.
there, they would call whenever they're like for the big
Yeah.
pre-orders, especially like systems. They usually call, be like, hey guys, we're doing a midnight launch. Come up at blah blah blah, and do whatever you need then. And I never got that. And that's another thing that pissed me off. I was like, why was I notified? Dude, just let me know and I would have been here earlier. I just thought it was a midnight release. You'd have your systems up because you're gonna be selling shit with the console.
You already know how many are allotted to customers that have already handed you money.
And that's the thing too. So I get in and, well, did you pre-check? I was like, no, I wasn't able to. Gave them the spiel. They're like, oh, well, so since you weren't here last night and didn't pre-check yours, we don't have your system. I said,
No. I'd say
yeah.
no.
yeah, I said, that's not right. I pre-ordered. And he goes, yeah, but we don't have your pre-order. I said, but it's a pre-order.
You have my money.
Yeah, I said I paid this off and you reserved me one. Where's it at? He's like, well, it's gonna be in the next wave. I said, when's the next wave? Like tomorrow? Like, we don't know.
No, bro. At that point, I'm like, cool. Give me all my money right now. Like genuinely, I would have did this. Here's what if I want to be petty. If you guys are on a bad day, give me my money. I buy a $1 item and I ask for that employee number, the one they always beg for the surveys on. I'm like, I would like to see your employee service number. Don't fuck with me on a bad day. Like I promise you, I'm the best person ever. Like I'm not kidding. Like, I will deal with a lot of bullshit. Like, all right, whatever. Bad days happen. People make mistakes. Whatever. Fuck with, like 2 bad instances in a row when I'm waiting for something and you have my money. No, that makes no sense. What do you mean pre-check? Like, what do I have to be here at midnight?
I was there at midnight.
No, I know.
I was
but
there
like,
before midnight.
But what happens if you're not there, right? Like, hey, I'm a normal human that is above the age of 30 who has to go to bed for work. Okay, I'm here on the day of release. Where's my console? Did you pre-check at midnight? The fuck are you talking about? If I had pre-checked at midnight, I wouldn't be here right now.
Right, so it keeps getting worse. So
So at this point, they just should have punched you in the fucking face.
yeah, so we get to the point where it's like, so you don't have my pre-order. I'm just I keep asking it in different ways, trying to get him to outright say like we don't have it because
You
I'm like,
pull
okay,
up the Google
surely,
Translate, read in Spanish and Italian.
because I'm like sure lost here and like maybe he's saying something differently because I'm not understanding them right. So I'm like, so you're saying my Switch is not here? He's like, no, we don't have a Switch for you. I was like, all right, cool, run me my refund. And I was like, so what happened? Like, what? Like, if I pre-order it, why am I not guaranteed my console? He's like, I don't know, man. I just work here. I was like,
Yes, this is literally your one job.
yeah. So
I give you money, you give me products. That is the one
Please tell me
function you're here to
You
serve.
did the Karen manager thing.
yeah. So I said, what the fuck does that mean? This is fucking ridiculous. Who can I talk to then? He's like, well, we're the only ones here. It was him and he was training someone new. and so I was like, okay, well, where's your manager at? Can I talk to your manager? He goes, no. I said, why not? I want to talk to him. And he's like, well, he's not here. I was like, all right, what's his number? He's like, well, I can't give you that. I was like, well, call him. He's like, I can't. I was like,
No,
why? He's
I'm
like,
on
"Well,
that. I am bagging the fuck out of calls. Literally exactly what I do. Call him. Give me the number. Call him up from the speaker dial. I will figure this shit
Into a
out.
coward.
well, so I keep pressing him. I'm like, no, you have to have a manager. Where are they? They're like, we don't have a manager. I said, you don't have a store manager, a regional manager, a general manager, anything? He's
Bitch,
like,
I
"No."
worked here.
Yeah, so I was like, that's not possible. What number can I call to get someone on the phone with me? And he said, Google it. I said,
Oh,
I said, "What the fuck did you just say? Google it?" He goes, "Yeah, pull out your phone and type it into Google." So at that
I'm
point,
buying $1
How
item. Give me
burn
your
that
employee
store
thing.
down.
$1 item. Give me your employee number. You will have a job by the end of the week.
no, so I went even more Karen. So I pulled my phone out and I start recording. I said, "Let's try this again. What number do I call?" And he's like, kind of stands up straight. He's like, "Well, if you go to Google, you can find you on Google." I said, "All right, pull it up for me." And so he pulls his phone out, Googles it, and sets it down for me. And so I put my phone down, I record it. I said, "Oh, okay, thank you." And so I stopped the recording. I said, "Was it that fucking hard?" And he and he starts like going off. He's like, "Well, you started cussing and yelling at me." I said, "I didn't cuss or yell at you one time, dog." I said, "What the fuck?" And I said, "This is fucking ridiculous." He said, "Yeah, that's out of line." He's like, he said, "I just started working here 2 months ago and you can't talk to me like that." I said, "Bro, I don't just give me someone to talk to. You have a manager." And
I
then
was trying to give you an out, and you wouldn't give me one.
like, bro, just give me someone to bitch at. And I
So,
I understand.
I would again. I very much shout out to customer service because God bless them. But when you go out of your way to be that dodgy about something, is really fucking like it's you're actively being dodgy for the sake of being dodgy. Where it's like you have someone's money without anything to hand them, which is like that's a whole different level of something. It's like if you don't have a round Switch 2s and you never bought it or whatever, then it's different. Even like a $5, even a $5 pre-order, a little bit more different. But a whole ass like fully paid off thing is that's like maximum level.
Yeah, and so like walking in, they had the sign out. It was like no Switch 2s,
Yeah.
pre-orders only. And I walked in, I was thinking, ha, dumbasses. Little did I know.
I'm the dumbass. I didn't check in.
So after we do the whole camera thing, and I asked him again, I was like, "Dude, just give me your manager's name. I know you have one." The girl he was training said, "What about George?" I said, "George, is that your manager?" And she goes, "Yeah, that's our manager." I said, "Thank you. How do I get a hold of George?"
At that point, and then you buy something from her and you give her a good review.
Right. Well, and then they start, and that's when the dude starts freaking out. He's like, "You can't talk to George. You can't yell as you're raising your voice as you need to leave." I said, "Bro, just give me George's email, give me his number. I just need to talk to George." He's like, "We can't give you any of that." So I was like, "All right, fuck it." So I leave and I drive down to another GameStop that's like maybe 5 miles down the road.
If this story's going where I think it's going, I would love the fuck out of you. I don't think it's going there, but keep going. Don't let me spoil things.
So I go into the other GameStop, and by that time I've already like my wife understood the situation. We've been texting back and forth, and she's just as mad at me. She has the same questions as I do. And so I go into this other GameStop, and I'm chill by that point because I got it all out because I was pissed. And I walk in there, I'm just like, "Hey, y'all got any Switches available?" And they're like, "No, just pre-orders only." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. So you have pre-orders?" They're like, "Yeah, we have it for everyone that pre-orders." I was like, "Oh, interesting," because and so I give them the story. I was like, "So you know the store right down the road, blah blah blah," and they're like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "So I pre-ordered there, and this is what happened." And they both look at me, they look at each other and look at me. They go, "They didn't have your pre-order?" I said, "Oh yeah, that's why I was wondering too. They didn't have my pre-order." And they're like, so they look over and this other guy kind of like he was doing a trade-in. He kind of like looks over at them. I say, "Is that your manager?" Like, "Yeah." So I go over and I talk to him. I said, "Hey bro, do you know
What is your name?
Yeah. So I go, "Do you know a George that runs this other GameStop?" He goes, "Oh yeah, blah 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 blah." I was like, "All right, can you hit him up for me because this happened?" And so he then calls that manager.
All right, it's going exactly where I think it is. God bless you.
Yeah, and so he calls that manager, and that manager is like, "Okay, let me see what's happening." He hangs up. I'm just walking around the store. I kind of explain the situation a little bit more to them, and they're like, yeah, that's fucking weird." And I was like, "Do you think they just sold it like out from under me? Like, did they sold to someone that came in last night, and now they just have no other viable option? They just don't have another one to get me?" And like, sounds like they did. And so finally, George calls back, and the guy's like, he comes over to me. He's like, "Hey man, so um, if you don't mind, you just have to go to this other store that's like 10-15 minutes away." And he's like, "So he's just gonna give you his Switch, and you can just buy his pre-order." I was like, "You know what? Cool. That's all I want. I just want my fucking Switch. And if
Fucking
that's what you
A-right.
pick, yeah, you're fucking A-right. Thank you, dude. And so I had to, because I guess he oversees 2 different stores. So I go to his other store, and then they just hook me up. They're like, all right, here you go, scan
Just-
it, pay for it.
Just
Go.
interrupt you real quick. It would have been poetic justice if the guy, hey, is that your manager? Yeah, what's his name? George.
That's what I was expecting. Like a doctor, I am Pagliacci.
Shout out to that GameStop worker though for selling his because of these 2 fuck ups
Yeah.
or 1 fuck up rather.
Yeah, no, shout out to him. And my my pessimist side or the glass half full side is like, I'm pretty sure these like general managers that oversee several stores, they just get a Switch regardless, because that's what happened whenever I worked there. Our manager would just get like free console releases.
Well, isn't
But
that
if I-
in part to like they should also be up to date with everything too?
Well,
Yeah.
it's like their bonus, I think is what it is. It's technically part of their bonus.
It's
They
it's the
have to-
equivalent of a pizza party, but just
Right. Actually fucking cool. But either way, if it was free, if he paid for it, I'd super appreciate it. That was a really G move of him because of someone else's fuck up. I hope they get a fucking reaming, because Jesus Christ, dude, if you ever have a customer come in and something happens and you can't help them, just run it to your manager, bro. They know how to fix it. They'll have a way to fix it. And if they would have just done that in the first place, that would have saved so much time.
You know,
and effort.
like
why
it
make
would have
your
turned into
problem?
it would have been a whole like, oh fuck, my bad, I accidentally sold that one last night. Okay, that sucks. That's shitty. Can we fix it somehow? Yeah, let me call my manager and see what we can do. Cool.
Right,
This
exactly.
story ends there. But then you have to be really fucking weird and coy about shit, and that's just fucking weird.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing. Because like I get it, I was pressing him at first. Like, how does that happen? Like, what? Like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, because in my mind, I paid for it,
Mhm.
I ordered it, it's on the list. You have X amount, and that's what your pre-orders are. And so, like, I was just trying to work through. I was like, what the? Like, this doesn't make sense to me. That's not how a pre-order works. And so, and then that's whenever I just got to like, all right, y'all don't know. I get it. Y'all just work here, right?
Mhm.
Give me someone that does know. There has to be someone running this fucking boat. And lo and behold, it took like 3 extra steps, but I finally got there, and that dude hooked me up. So we got it.
Shout out to
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah,
Everyone show your
yeah.
boxes.
I got sticky
has his
fingers. I'm
name
not
on
doing
it,
that right
too.
now.
Fair.
The box isn't here. I'm babysitting it as it downloads everything.
Yeah.
Fair. I'll also show him. Look at his beauty.
It's
Ooh,
it's
so
a good.
bright.
You know what?
It
This is the
feels
size.
nice.
This is the size I thought the Switch was originally going to be when I first bought the Switch 1.
Same.
Did you guys when you guys open the Switch 1, you're like, holy fuck, that's small as shit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because it looks like a tablet in your brain. You're like, oh, it's a tablet with
Like
controllers.
almost like an iPad almost. But I know it was going to be that
Yeah.
big, but it just seemed a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be.
So I haven't opened mine yet. So this is the
Oh, hell yeah.
first unboxing.
It's stapled.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. Holy shit! Yeah, that is pretty big. What the?
Yeah, it's fucking girthy. Fucking. Where's my regular? Where's my Switch 1? Fuck. It's hiding around here somewhere. I think I put it down
He
somewhere.
threw it out the second. Yeah, there you go. Look, he's got
No, it's down-
David. He's got it already.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My head in the middle for comparison.
Yeah.
Banana.
I need a banana for scale, but yeah.
But
it's-
I even got the
it's-
OLED one without the bezel in it. It's still
Same.
bigger than that.
Yeah, it's because I got my wife the OLED one a while back, and it's still girthier than that. It's fucking beautiful.
Uh-huh.
And playing it has been wonderful. Like,
It feels
goddamn,
good. It feels like it's a little bit longer. It's interesting. It's longer, and it feels a little like when I had the Switch 1 in hand, I hate playing the Switch 1 bare handheld. It just feels
Yeah.
like it cramps my hand. I haven't played it yet.
Mine
Really,
too. I got big old hands.
yeah.
I don't, and it still hurts me. But playing this one version, like not even playing it yet, and still downloading shit, but like it feels like actively more like sustainable to hold.
Yeah, even like the size of the screen, like I don't have the Joy-Cons yet, but that feels like the right size to be holding something. Like I'm
Yeah,
not.
it
Snap that
feels
bitch in
nice.
there.
And again,
Snap that bitch in
and
there.
also, it's such a satisfying feeling. That snap is fucking clean. It's such a good feeling.
It's fun
Like,
to
even
do.
putting it into the holder.
It's fun.
Which way does it go on? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna see if it'll. Nice.
Like, isn't that so satisfying? Like that's fucking
Just kind
clean.
of pulls it from your hand. You get
Mhm.
it close enough. Yeah.
And I love that it's like actual latches in the back as opposed to
Yeah.
just these weird buttons.
So it won't get broken because sometimes the latches have broken on some of the Switches. So like
Yeah.
on my original one, you can just slide it in and out.
And also just the texture. The texture is so nice on these.
Yeah, I do like that texture.
We have the same webcam. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Logitech.
1080p Logitech.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, reliable. So wait.
Now David did not get the
Oh,
Mario
yeah,
Kart
that-
bundle.
that
No,
looks-
because I don't care about Mario Kart.
I imagine there were no Mario Kart bundles at your Walmart.
No, that was the other game that they had in stock.
No,
It was just Bravely Default and Mario Kart.
no, but the SKU, was there any Mario?
Oh no, the bundle was in stock as well.
Huh.
There was
Those
4
ones
of the
sold out a lot
regular
last
and
year.
like 3 of the Mario Kart.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I sent my wife up to do the pre-order for me, and I think she said the Mario Kart one went out first, and then it was just the console. So I didn't want it anyways because I wanted to get it physical because
Yeah.
it just comes with a code, right?
No code. It just comes like I don't.
It's
I
like
forget.
pre-installed to your account when. So it's
Wow.
like with Astrobot when you first kind
Yeah.
of set up your PlayStation, it associates the game to your account.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was just wanting the key card for it.
Yeah, I'll get it eventually. But
Game
but even
card,
with
key card, Jesus Christ.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that was a fun game to just like play in between other games too.
That was the other reason why I was like, I also didn't care about getting it because I know the wife and a lot of my friends do enjoy Mario Kart.
You only need
I
one of them.
just bought Mario Kart 8. I don't need the new fucking one.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is great.
Yeah, but you can't play as the cow from.
Yeah, there's just so many races with just full cows, dude. Good times.
Apparently, the Xenoblade team did a lot of the level design for that game, which is wild
What
for
the
the new
fuck?
Mario Kart.
That's awesome.
They're like, we need people because of the whole open world aspect of it. They're like, we need a team that's like experienced in this, and the Xenoblade team's like, all right, bet.
So you guys might have seen on online already. So got when I was head out in the morning for work. I grabbed the bag and I pull it inside. I'm like, me and the girl have to sleep separately. Every once in a while, when the cats are just like wanting to beef at night, and we're like, all right, we got to sleep separately because these cats are wanting to kill each other. I'm hoping that wraps soon because that's getting
It
tiring.
won't.
I wanted to at least alleviate a little bit more because
Speaking as someone that has had to deal with that for like 4 or 5 years with their cats, that doesn't just go away.
no, I don't expect it to go away, but I expect it to at least hopefully alleviate a little bit more over time.
No.
Yeah, so we'll probably start figuring out something. Well, I mean, it's also stuff you got to alleviate with like toys and stuff though too. If you get in a lot of simulation other ways, then they'll not beef it out so much.
No,
Yeah,
they say that.
No, it's part of it. Does they have a lot of energy for that?
No.
All right, David. Anyway,
I've been going through this for years. No.
well, I mean, she had 5 cats before, and they did eventually get together or get along though.
There is every so often just some cats do not have compatibility.
I think
There's
Juice
no
just does
changing
not
that.
understand how to socialize. So sometimes he just sits there and stands there and like kind of approaches, and the other cat's like, "Don't do that." And he just keeps doing it. Anyway, doing it. So I was leaving work.
The little controller holder looks.
Yeah,
and
I
feels
fucking
pretty
love the
good, too.
controller holder for this.
I
It
actually haven't
feels
used
so
that one yet.
clean.
Yeah, I haven't used that one yet because I really want to buy the Switch 2 Pro controller.
Absolutely not.
I want to, but I have 2 pro controllers already.
I know they're
and
pretty much
I
the
just
same
wa-
thing, but
Thank God,
I
just
still
learned that you
want
can use
one.
them.
And I heard the
Yeah, I do
faceplate.
too.
The faceplate's also very easily customizable. I've heard.
No, the second I heard that all of the fucking Joy-Cons work on the fucking Switch too, I'm like, good, I don't have to buy any fucking controllers for this goddamn thing.
Look at you behind you, brother. You buy a lot of just controllers for the sake of it.
No. They
What
all
do you
have
mean?
purposes.
I
also have almost 60 consoles. I need a lot of controllers.
Yeah, I still want one for the sake of the collection. I would be weird if I didn't just have a Switch 2 controller. at some
Absolutely
point.
not.
Anyway,
You have 2 of them. They come with the console.
anyway, walking out, I see the bag, and the girlfriend's sleeping on the couch, and she was very, very sleepy. So she woke up for a second to tell me bye. Pull it inside. I'm like, hey, I got the Switch, and I was like, and you got your chips and your soda you ordered. She said, okay. And then I just walks out, and then I came back and I'm like, oh, you didn't want your soda? She's like, no. I'm like,
My
okay.
soda?
Yeah, and then I was looking at Twitter when I had to go. I went to Walmart to go buy the Express SD card because
Oh fuck! I still need to get one of those.
the Walmart has them cheaper. There's a Walmart brand that has them, and as long as it like survives enough, I'm fine with it. Anyway,
I'd absolutely never buy a Walmart brand SD card.
it's Walmart. It's the PNY rebranded. I don't know what that is.
Even
It's-
PNY doesn't have as good of a lifespan as Samsung.
But here's where I'm at right now: is I'm gonna buy it. I want it to last long enough until the Express SD cards drop in price to a feasible amount that I can feel comfortable buying those.
You can get a fucking 256 gig SD card that's Express for like fucking $30 right now. That's Samsung.
$30. Let me see where.
I was just looking at it on Amazon.
Let's see.
Oh fuck, that was a sale. God damn, never mind.
Yeah, they're still not quite there yet. Anyway,
Yeah, I just refreshed my page. God damn it, that was a sale.
but anyway, and this is a small story, but I was skimming on my phone. I saw that apparently Walmart orders, they threw a can of Pringles and a Coke with every single order, just for the sake of it. Didn't even like advertise it or anything. Just said it and then slipped a card and saying, as a thank you for your game night or whatever. I was like, oh,
That's so cool.
that makes sense. And I was wondering why you ordered just a can of. She's like, I thought you ordered that to get free shipping, but that wouldn't make sense because that was $500. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I thought you ordered it because you heard I was getting free shipping, so you wanted to add a snack to it so they would get here in the morning. So neither of us were like, both of us are like, what? Thinking the other person bought it. We're just like, what the fuck is this extra soda and chips here for? So yeah, I got that thing ready for when I bust out Cyberpunk later on. Which spoilers. That's the one because David, unlike you plebeian, all on cart, baby.
All on cart, motherfucker.
True, I was the one that went against my own morals.
Yeah, you folded like
Well-
a fucking. You folded like a virgin seeing an OF model for the first time in real life, brother.
I didn't even get a game, so I'll be picking something up tomorrow.
Hey, you,
Cyberpunk
hey,
and Mario Kart.
shout outs to the Switch 2 because it feels like upgrading your PC for a while, right? Because it's like,
Yeah.
hey, genuinely you don't really need games if you've been keeping a backlog? Because like all these games, I've wanted to play
Wow.
a lot of them for a long time, and a lot of them got beefy upgrades without even fucking updating anything. It just the Switch 2 could just pop off a bit.
There are
That's
still
what-
some games that don't work, but
Right.
It's fine.
But I guess the ones that got the biggest updates are the ones that already have like an uncapped frame limit
Yeah.
on them.
and so they just
games-
benefit from the hardware up increase.
Right, exactly. So I guess like Bayonetta 3, Hyrule
Hey,
Warriors,
Paper Mario 1000 Year Door is
Pokemon.
finally not 30 frames on Switch.
God damn. And I
Although
heard,
shout outs to all the Xenoblade games still run like shit because they're hard cap games.
yeah,
I think
hopefully they get,
Xenoblade 3 got an
like,
update, right?
I have no clue. Not sure about
I don't think any
I-
of the Xenoblade
No,
games got an update yet.
I heard Neo mentioning it. I think last night with something, and everyone's like talking about Xenoblade 2 now. So I think it got update for that just recently.
Well, like just like everything we've been seeing and stuff, and like how the hardware and like software performs on the hardware. Like I'm super excited for like the games that we're showing off now, like that new Daemon X Machina game. That shit's gonna be
Yeah.
fucking
I
fire.
want to play the first
I'm
one
so
now
good for
without it being
PS5
all
though.
funky.
Right. Yeah, so that shit's gonna be so fun. I can't wait. I'm super excited.
Yeah, this feels like. I mean, it doesn't. I was not really excited for the Switch 2 per se, right? But this feels
Right.
like finally we got a Switch Pro, which I've
Yes.
been in desperate need of, right?
Right.
So, I mean, cool features. I'm sure. I'm glad I have it. If it's nice, it's a lot bigger. It looks slick. But I'm gonna be using that thing as a cool. Let's demolish some of this backlog this summer.
No, for sure. That's what I'm really excited about. It's gonna be so nice to just be able to lay in bed and play an actual good game on it.
Yeah, this shit's
runs
doing like Cyberpunk does better on Switch 2 than the Steam Deck, which I mean makes sense,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
like
I seen a side by side of I think it was PS4 Pro in the Switch 2, and the Switch 2 like looked incredible.
yeah,
In
So-
comparison, so I can't wait.
that's what they're saying is they put a lot of things, and then there's supposed to be an update for that too soon, right? Or they were saying
Yeah, supposedly there's gonna be like an update 2.3, which they're gonna be adding like new side quests into the game.
I feel like
I guess they're like fully voiced and acted side quests.
it should be
too.
coming to
Oh,
Switch,
hell.
right?
Oh yeah, I'd imagine.
I'd
It'd be
imagine, yeah.
really bad. It really, it'd be a good thing to do on the wave of these sales, but it'd be bad if you fucked that one up.
Well, all the games are currently in parity, right? Because there's cross save with it, so I don't.
Oh,
there's
that
any
makes
way
sense.
that
Yep,
they
yep.
skip it. Yeah.
But yeah, happy console launch day. It's been a while. It feels cool.
Absolutely.
I always love a good console launch. Feels fun.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to go at midnight and do it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it like old times. I didn't get to do it for PS5.
Dude,
didn't get to do
it
for
was
Xbox.
so funny. So, side tangent. Me and the girlfriend bought like the really expensive season pass to Dave and Buster's this summer.
Mhm.
It gives you can get like 2,000 tickets capped per week, but you can play with however many games you want as long as it's not like a brand new game or like a claw machine or whatever. Which
Like
is
the
fine.
Coin Dozer or some shit.
Yeah, which is fine. Um, but we've been doing that. We're like, all right, cool. Since we're not really traveling that much this summer versus anything else, spend $150 per each of us, and then like I think on like Sunday through Thursdays after 10 p.m. 10 to close is like $5 apps and $5 drinks. So I'm like, all right,
Ooh,
cool.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah, so it's like cool. We'll
Oh,
just
hell yeah.
fuck around and hang out and do that, like a date night each week, right? God bless her. We went yesterday. She had one drink and she was drunk off that. She's like, I hadn't eaten all day. I'm like, all right. But anyway, we came home tired. We went for dinner with her cousin and everything. So we're laying in bed, and then I saw my phone was ringing at 10:30. I'm like looking. It's one of my esports alumni from a couple years back. I'm like, it must be a butt dial, whatever. I'm letting it sit there, and it's still ringing. 15 seconds later, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna answer it. Answer, put on speaker. I'm like, hello, and I hear two voices, and I hear my other alumni in the back. I hear, oh shit, he answered. Hold on, wait, hold on. And I just hear I hear stuff going on in the background. I'm like, hello, and they're like, wait, and then hello, hey, what are you up to right now? I'm like, I'm in bed. They're like, oh, we're at Best Buy for the midnight launch. We were wondering if you're gonna be here. I'm like, I'm in bed. They're like,
I am old. That's not happening.
I was like, well, I mean, it was like if I didn't have the train the next day, I probably would have been down for something dumb like that. But I was like, yeah, no. And they're like, oh. I was like, are you guys all getting the Switch too? They're like, yeah. So I said, I was like, if you guys are free Saturday, then I'll host some Mario Kart, or some, not Mario Kart, some Mario Kart LAN. I mean, as close as LAN as we can get. They're like, all right, cool. But I was like, that I was like, how sweet of them to think that my old ass would just be hanging out at midnight there. I mean, granted, during summer I have nocturnal ass hours. I am probably like, I am like flip my hours 100%.
Yeah,
like,
you're on my hours when it comes to
even
fucking summer.
worse, dude. Like, even worse. I am
On
purely
that topic of
nocturnal.
Mario Kart though too, David's gonna miss out, but we should 100% do some Mario Kart this weekend. That
Mario
sounds
Kart
like
with
a
the
shit
bro.
ton of fun.
It could have been the bros,
Hell
but
yeah.
Mario Kart with the bro. Yeah, I'm
Sorry, I
excited.
just don't like Mario Kart.
I mean, that's fair.
It's not fun to me.
That's
I
fair.
feel ya. Yeah,
Um,
I'm not like the person to play it a lot, but like, my wife loves that shit. She can play it for hours. It's so funny too, because I'll be in my office and I can hear her just cussing up a storm.
fucking blue shell.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Now, I think the last time I had fun with a fucking kart racer was Sonic Racing Transformed.
I will say
and
that a
was just
lot of
because
other
the
kart racers
campaign-
have like come and surpassed Mario Kart in terms of like quality like that. I get that. Mario Kart is very well. It's like the all-rounded one. It's like it's very well built. You will never really get past the quality there. I love kart.
Reliable.
Well,
I love kart. What did you say? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go off a tangent. I want David to speak. What does it say?
what I was building to is the only reason I had fun with it, just because of the fact that it had up to 4-player co-op. So fucking me and 3 buddies played it couch co-op through it. So that was the only reason why I had fun with it.
Is this one 4-player? Like
Yeah,
that?
I'm pretty sure it's 4-player split.
Even open world?
I don't know about open world.
I wonder how that'd work.
Pretty cool though.
Well, and I mean, yeah, I'm not like, oh my god, motherfucking Mario Kart, but I play a lot of Mario Kart. I put a lot of hours into Mario Kart. But I will say the biggest pull for this is literally the first Mario Kart we've had in 12 years.
Right.
Remember, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is just Mario Kart 8 from Wii U.
Yeah.
So we've really, I mean, I'm not counting Tour at all, but this is really the first Mario Kart we've had in a long time. So I'm gonna hop on that for
That's
sure.
fair.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the first official like Switch Mario Kart, honestly. Just
Right,
'cause,
yeah,
like
and
you
did
said-
you see the news coming out how Mario Kart World was originally a Switch 1 game, and they just said, yeah, performance is kind of ass right now, so we'll just wait.
That's so
Smart
funny.
decision.
Yeah,
Very
well, I mean,
Man, I can't wait for what a fucking new Smash is gonna look like.
people,
See,
I saw the people start testing Ultimate. People testing Ultimate and Animal Crossing load times. Smash Bros. Ultimate
They're
load time.
so good.
Well, Animal Crossing is still way too long. I mean, just in general because of how much it has to load. But Smash is loading like butter. And the biggest test everyone had was if you load on Switch One, if you load Fountain of Dreams, 8-player Smash with all Ice Climbers, it has a lot of frame drops. This one just perfectly fine, buttery smooth.
So
Yeah.
funny. There's a benchmarking system for Smash.
And
on
there
Switch.
is, and it's funny because Fountain of Dreams should be a legal stage, but just wasn't because of performance issues. And now it's like if we start normalizing having Switch 2s in there, Fountain of Dreams can, in theory, be a legal Smash stage again. Love Smash obviously, but for a fact that it has over 100 stages, that the stage list is so fucking boring in that game, it's atrocious to me.
Fair.
That's wild.
I've seen some
But
people.
Pokey floats.
I've seen
It's
some
not
people
legal.
like.
That's not even in the game. It's not Ultimate, which sucks.
I thought Pokey floats did come back.
Nope. The ones
Oh,
that
shit.
moved a lot didn't. Poke Floats. There was this one really cool Wii U stage that was like a Donkey Kong one where you could use the barrels to go into like there's like a 2D level behind you on it's 2 layers of levels. And that stage didn't come back either. I assume because of you know how the stages can like transform in the middle now?
Yeah.
I assume that's why, because they couldn't handle transforming from whatever movement it was into like the new one it
That's
was.
fair.
But oh well. But yeah, smash on this thing. I'm excited just to renew, right? Because I feel like a lot of momentum of the Switch kind of fell flat when it was like, all right, we ran through the gauntlet of the games, right? We already got our Zeldas, we already got our Mario, we got our Smash, and we're kind of going for the newer games at the end. But now it's like I want to refresh. Let's go with the oldies now. Let me see the new Odyssey, whatever the Odyssey of this is. You know, let me see whatever the Tears of the Kingdom next one is. Except I don't know if they really went in with Echoes of Wisdom or whatever.
No.
I know it was the
Which
main
is
team. I
unfortunate 'cause I've
thought.
heard fantastic things about it. I still got to pick it up.
Yeah,
Would you be upset if instead of a new Smash, we just got like a big Switch 2 update overhaul for Smash Ultimate? Like rollback netcode, improved, blah blah blah, higher frame rate.
Yes, because I know it'd be a key card. They wouldn't give us a fucking physical game for it. So
Yeah, they would. I think Nintendo's gonna hop on that board of giving us. They
for
have,
how much they have to split up the DLC, absolutely not.
Well, even if like, what if it was like you have the game and you can just do like a digital blah 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 for it?
Of like they do it like a digital upgrade only option.
like a $10,
Well,
but
either or,
I don't know, because I'm
or would you
even-
just prefer a new Smash?
I think because even my students are kind of like bored of this. And they're like, I'm just ready for a new one now. Because I mean, it has been a long. This is the longest running Smash since Melee, I think. I'm
Yeah,
kind
so it's
of
been like what 5-6 years.
2018.
Yeah,
So
so 7 years.
yeah, and
Change.
and I don't know, like it's cool having the whole cast and everything, but I don't want to deal with these characters anymore. I love Banjo with all my heart, but holy shit, honestly, I'm be lying. There's a part of me that's not like, if I can go back and trade away these DLC characters and I'd have to sacrifice Banjo for it. There is a small part of me that might consider that, because I don't want to deal with some of these characters anymore. It just got too gimmicky, and it feels like a lot of the heart of the game is kind of gone.
We'll be talking about games with massive character rosters a little bit later, but
Yes, we
there is
will.
something to be said that sometimes it is refreshing and genuine and a nice change of pace to just start from scratch.
If I'm thinking of Smash, because I love that series, I'm thinking of Smash. I think a new one. I think you gotta refresh the roster. I think you gotta also refresh the characters. Like we gotta get Mario doing new things. We gotta get DK doing like everyone's been doing the same shit since like Melee.
Well, now we got a new Donkey Kong too, so we got a new design.
It does bum. And you know what? Sakurai probably knows, because I feel like he'd be the best about it. But I feel like the costume would be, they'd have the old rare DK and then the new Nintendo DK as costume changes. Because I like the new one, the design's solid, but it just sucks that they're just gonna like annex the old one forever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta keep it around somehow. It's so legacy at this point, you know. We've been doing this for like 20 years with that character design.
More than that. That was a Super Nintendo
That was
design.
rares. Yep.
Yeah, so that's been 35-ish almost.
Yeah. So I mean, I would love if there was a small team that was willing to like patch the game up and like add some flair to it. Sure. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they're like, "Hey, we're gonna do this while we're working on the new Smash game." Okay, that's fine because God help me, some of the game I'm like I'm so sick of it. I'm so over it. I have a tournament coming up sometime this month, and I have not practiced. I had a friend fix my controller, and he's had it for like 2 months now. And I'm like, I'm gonna get fucked. I'm gonna lose that tournament so fucking hard. But whatever. I'm not in that mode anymore. Um. Anything else on the Switch side? So I got Cyberpunk. You guys, you got your shitty ass game key, David, and
Yeah.
Kel's. You're waiting on some games right now.
I also got
Yep.
to peek.
Yeah, I'll be yeah, I'm gonna hit up some places tomorrow. I'll probably go hit up Best Buy and whatever else and try to see what they have in stock.
Yeah,
Then, if I can't find anything there, I'll order them online. Worst comes to worst.
yeah, I just went online and saw they had Cyberpunk available for pickup today. So I'm like, cool.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's probably the play.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna get anything else though, because I really don't. I'm gonna try to avoid game keys as best I can.
No, for sure. That's exactly my situation. It's like, well, there's Cyberpunk and there's fucking Mario Kart. For me, essentially.
Right. So, we'll see. Anything else on that front with the Switch 2?
No, but I haven't even turned mine on yet. But I'm just super impressed by like everything else around it, like how it feels in my hands.
It looks
size,
like
weight.
it looks like a modern device.
100%. It does look like a modern device, and like I even have like the gray Joy Cons from my Switch One, but like the red and blue ones, it's just like yeah, they're cool at first, like they're cool to look at, but then like after you have it for a while, it's like this is a toy. It's not a.
I like how subtle it is
on
on the Switch 2 now.
100%. Yeah, I like it like right there behind the joysticks. It's really cool.
Right.
40 degrees difference.
Sheesh.
Now, when David sits down, I do have one more
Oh,
Switch
shit,
2 thing
the
to show off.
stand is crazy. I didn't understand the stand
Ooh,
was
just need to
all
get
the
a
way back.
fucking
Holy
heat
shit.
pipe in this goddamn room.
God damn,
David.
that's cool as hell.
Yo.
I do have one more Switch 2 thing to show off though, because we're gonna show off everything else that we got later on, I guess. But to get one more thing in the mail, I got this bad boy.
Ooh.
My fancy wireless, not Wavebird GameCube controller. I am so excited to bust out that for the GameCube games that are up right now. Ooh, it's gonna be a night tonight, boys.
I seen that there's some coming out today.
Soul Calibur is out right now. I saw that.
Oh fuck, I forgot about Soul Calibur.
Ooh, Soul Calibur will be fun on there actually. And
Oh.
don't all of them have online?
Yep.
Yes, I believe so.
Ooh.
Let me go look right now.
Yeah, let me do that as well. You've piqued my curiosity.
I don't even have the expansion pass, but that makes me want it.
I got it just because of the fact that I let my wife's mother borrow my other extra Switch that I have.
Right.
But you're
And
gonna
so,
you guys just have the game plans though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I got the family plan, so I added the expansion pass onto it, so now everyone gets it. So I'm like, fuck it, it's a good cheap way for everyone to have all of the content.
So there's 3 games, but interesting enough, they have the PEGI versions of each one too.
Gross.
But Soul Calibur, Wind Waker, and F-Zero GX, baby.
Ooh, Wind Waker.
F-Zero, dude. I am so playing F-Zero at some point today, dude. Hell yeah.
Oh shit, I gotta install that separate. I thought I installed that earlier. I did not. All right, give me that GameCube.
You
So we're
guys are,
doing.
you
what
guys
else
are on
we
my
bought
family
later?
plan. I might start kicking people out of my family plan if you guys want to hop in by December.
Oh hell yeah.
I
That
have
way-
a full family plan myself.
All right. I was gonna say, because I have so many digital games, dude. Holy shit. I can fill up your library so easy.
Yeah, I'm down. Let me know. I'll hop on that.
You know, I got 2 of my friends, my wife and her mother, all my family plans. So mine is full.
Yeah, it's just me and my wife, but I don't even think she like has her own like account. I'm pretty sure it's just all under my name. She just has her own profile.
I'll see if the girlfriend has some too, because I filled up my mine, but she might have some room on hers. Anyway, but yeah. What else did we get then, David? Do you get anything else?
Oh yeah, I sent this text to you guys the other day, but I went to go visit my aunt and uncle a few days ago, And as I was showing up there, they originally were just like, "Hey, we got a couple monitors laying around. Do you want them?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, I do. I always have a need for more free shit." And while I was there, they're like, "Oh, we have like an old laptop too, dude. Could you use that?" I'm like, "Sure," because I hoard laptops. I'll steal them from work all the time that are decommissioned. Because so many people will come up to me like, "Hey, I need a laptop." Perfect. It does web browsing. That's all it does. Enjoy. Um, so I hoard every single one I find. And then also at that point, my uncle's like, "Oh, speaking of old shit, I think I have all my old games and stuff laying around still." So he goes off, and then he makes like 5 trips back and forth from his basement upstairs. And hands me like $1,000 worth of fucking games and consoles and controllers. I'm just gonna show the stuff that I am immediately keeping. Because there's some stuff that's duplicate, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. I kept the stuff that he gave me because honestly, it's nicer condition than stuff that I have, so I'm selling my duplicates that are mine. But like I got a 360. It's got a dead disk drive though, so I'm gonna use that as my first test for doing a hard mod to it and JTagging it. And then I got PlayStation 2. I ended up getting a bunch of fucking controllers, including one that's actually really nice. The limited edition Tomb Raider controller for the 360 is actually kind of a slick controller.
Oh, nice.
I love the D-pad on those. You can swap back and forth between the old one and the new one.
Yes, was very comfortable. I'll talk more about that when we talk about the games we played this week. But this is a stack of shit I'm keeping. So we got the I Spy collection on DS. We got the Sonic collection on DS. We got Big Hero 6 on DS. We got Namco Museum on PS2. Some Hot Shot Golf 2.
Hell yeah.
Some Crash Nitro Kart. We got Freedom Fighters. We got Midway Arcade Treasures 2, the one with all the Mortal Kombat games. Driver 3. And then shout outs to my juggalos. We got some Backyard Wrestling.
Oh no.
And then the most value heavy game and what I got, Rumble Roses.
Man, I almost said Rule of Rose, and
I almost said Rule of Rose just out of habit, but yeah, so Rumble Roses. I unfortunately did not get the 360 collection, otherwise I would have had the Xbox Rumble Roses as well. But because so many of those games have backwards compatibility, he held on to his 360 collection. One day I'll get it.
One day.
Yes. Sadly, did not have a lot of the other games that I was hoping for that he still had, like Clock Tower and all that shit, because he used to have all those. But those sadly have been sold and traded over time. But yes, that and of course the Switch and whatnot are all that I got.
did you guys see the Fantastic Four popcorn bundles or popcorn buckets?
No.
I did.
One of them is like a
That thing's
17-inch
ridiculous.
tall Galactus head
Jesus Christ.
with light up eyes, which I was like, I want it. But then I saw the other one. I want that one more probably, which
Right.
is a full, like, really tall Herbie bot that holds your drink, a large drink, a large popcorn, and a candy. I want that.
So the one I seen was, I think it's Cinemark is doing the Fantastic Car, or one of them are doing the
Alright.
Fantastic
Interesting.
Car, and that one looks really cool.
That's sick. The tickets are selling pretty well. Apparently, like, they crashed websites.
I've seen it was like the highest selling ticket of the year
Yeah.
so far.
Holy shit.
Yep. So I booked my tickets for that for Thursday. I'm excited. I opted not to watch IMAX 3D at 3:30. I was like, I don't want to deal with the classics right now, honestly.
See, I'm so excited just for like the movie in general, and also it's gonna be during my Vegas vacation.
Yeah.
So I'll be in Vegas for the Galactic tournament. And so I'm
Galactus
just like,
or
all right,
Galactic.
exactly. So after the tournament, I'm like, all right, we're hitting up one of the nicest movie theater, Alamo Drafthouse, whatever the fuck they got out there. We're gonna go see that.
Go
shit.
look
So
for a Dolby
fucking
theater.
up. Oh yeah, 100.
Look for
Dude,
Dolby.
I just want to hear that fucking score, that Giacchino score. Ugh, it's gonna sound so fucking good.
Yes, sir. Kel, did you get anything this week?
Nah, the Switch is my big purchase. Awesome.
He had to
Like that.
fucking hunt for that goddamn thing. He didn't want to buy anything else.
Yeah, I had to hunt for it. I didn't have time to pick up a game for it yet, so this is my
That's
my
fair.
pull for now.
I a lot of my stuff come in. A lot of it not game related, but I will show you some parts of this here, and then yeah, let's see. We're at Box Lunch. There was like a buy one get one half off, and we had one thing. We're like, all right, let's look for something cheap. And I saw this. I thought this was cool, actually.
Hell yeah.
That's so cool.
Right? I was like, hell yeah, that's super cool. All right. I am updating my Spider-Man costume, my Spider-Punk costume. I've been picking up pieces for it. I thought it was
He's
lost in the
putting
mail.
a cod piece in it.
Hell
So-
yeah. The Sting cod piece from Dune.
This one was custom stitched to my measurements, and it looks pretty sick.
That is fucking sick.
Yeah, the mask itself doesn't look like some spirit ass mask. Actually, like, it looks really good. The problem is I'm gonna cover it with the Spider-Punk helmet. So I actually asked if and what she did on here and actually look because I covered it because I wanted to show her a reference. This is just the regular matte, like you can see how you pull over, right? But look at the eyes. Like the eyes are actually kind of solid. Like just
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that looks great.
and I feel bad because I would have to cut out the eyes, to account for the Spider-Punk eyes, right? So I actually just hit her up right before the podcast started to ask if she could just sell me one of these again, but like with just the eye holes just out so I can adjust it. Because I don't want to fuck up this mask. I can just do a regular Spider-Man whenever I want now, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I was actually super impressed with that. So, and it was like $65. I think it was like about as much as like a fucking Spirit one, which is like, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
I upgraded. So the two parts that sucked most about Spider-Punk was the helmet because it's fucking grated like on the top of my fucking head, like it hurt, and the shoes because they were about a half size too small, so I had to curl my toes a bit. So I was like, all right, if I'm gonna upgrade, I'm upgrading those things first. So I got the mask, and the mask is actually still kind of funky. Got to modify a bit, but the boots. Now, I was thrifting for the first pair of boots I got, right? And I wasn't sure what to do for this new pair, but oops. At the prom, I saw one of my high school boys walked in with some fucking killer ass like goth boots. And I looked at the girlfriend, I was like, holy shit, what the fuck are those? I want those. And Demonia, I guess is where they're at. They're mostly
Yeah.
they're mostly women's boots, which I don't give a shit, whatever.
Yeah.
But they look dope as hell. So I bought a pair because these look dope as fuck. I need to paint them still. I kind of don't know if I want to paint them or not, but I think I'm probably gonna paint them. We got these motherfuckers.
Oh hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Good
dude,
shit.
Sick.
These look fucking sick, bro. I like the way
That's
they
fucking metal.
I like the way they look already. So I'm like, do I want to paint them? But red boots just look so fucking good. Like it just adds a lot to it. So
I don't know about like red faux leather though.
That's what the other ones were. And then they really help because the thing is the jeans are already black, so black on black kind of kills the red vibe. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
So and I'd have to show you the other boots. I gotta pull them out. They're in the garage, but they look really good still. So they did a really good job painting it. So I'm contemplating it. Worst case, I just do terrible with the money and I paint them, and I really like these boots just in general. So wear like whatever. So I might just buy another pair because these look, dude, these look really fucking cool. Like I don't know, like hell yeah, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, no, those look awesome.
Yeah,
Those are sick.
so I kind of wanted to buy another pair, maybe just to fucking whatever I just do. Like if I go to fucking When We Were Young, hell yeah. I was on Etsy still when I was doing the costume stuff, and I saw this jacket. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting that too.
Denim jacket. Oh.
Ooh, that's
Even
slick.
better.
All right.
Yeah, and it's actually so it's even unzippable too. So I can take if the hoodie looks kind of cheesy, I can take that off and just rock the leather like that.
That's fucking slick. Yeah.
Nice.
Speaking of jackets, they opened at a Nintendo store in New York, or not New York, San Francisco. I saw they had a bunch of the clothes from Nintendo store Japan. I don't want to go, so the girlfriend's actually gonna go take like a day or two trip with her cousin to go there, and I was like, yeah, go to the Nintendo store and buy me some stuff. But I saw this there, and I saw this instantly. I was like, that's what I want first, and luckily they had it on the store online. So So
Hell yeah.
Nice. Hell
Good
yeah.
shit.
yeah, this thing is sick, dude.
My boy Orville.
Hell yeah, dude. So I got my jacket game up. And then again, one more time, I was like going money crazy on Etsy a little bit because I did get my pay for the film stuff. Saw this,
Oh hell yeah, the complete
Which-
series. That's
It
Come-
is a good collection.
comes with the movie, so I will be finally watching
Hell
the
yeah.
movie.
Oh, you haven't seen the movie yet?
No, we talked about that about a few months ago.
Oh,
I've
that's
never seen the movie.
right.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was the
that's
primary
so
reason because they
fucking-
have like Johnny Bravo and Bader Zim, Courage, and Cow and Chicken, all of which I want, by the way.
Yeah.
But I bought that one.
Foster's.
I bought that one specifically first because I haven't seen the movie yet. So at some point
That's so fucking good.
at some point this summer, I'm gonna buy that or I'm gonna go watch that. Let's see.
It do fucking cook.
I've heard, man. I think. Oh, you want to see these dumbass Crocs I bought to offset
yeah.
to offset how cool those boots are? Actually, I think these Crocs look really fucking cool for streetwear. They look stupid though, but you know what I mean. You'll know exactly what I mean when I show you. I think Kels will actually. David won't. David will be like, they look stupid. I think Kels will kind of understand what I mean.
oh hell yeah.
And they're kind of like snow boots, but they're not because this is mesh.
I was gonna say they look like Croc Uggs. It's fucking heinous.
See, they are, but also when you let your mind wander the way I do and like the style, you know, my style's a little funky. Like I go different ways with my style. I really want these because I'm like I feel like I could fuck with that in a streetwear way. I'm trying to figure out what way to match them or do I wanted the black ones, but these were the only ones they had left.
Oh, I was just about to say those are sick, but I'd like them in black.
Yeah, they have a black version, which those would have been good. I was like, I would have instantly been, but these were on like, these are normally 130, 120. I got them on sale for like 45, which is why
shit.
that's why I bought them. Right, I'm not buying full price for
Nice.
these. No, fuck that.
No.
I would have loved this in black, but sell for that. I'm gonna figure. I like doing that sometimes when I see something that's like so weird but like my mind it gets a little creative with it. I'm like, I wonder how I could match that in a style. I know some of the kids would probably think it's cool or dumb, whichever way I like the reaction.
Right. Get something out of them.
Right. Did I ever show you guys my longboard I bought?
No.
No.
I bought that like months ago. I have it in my game room now. That's why.
Oh shit. That is a long boy.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. My shit's accumulating, but I officially get my official bump and raise in money in October. I get a
Hell
nice
yeah.
little chunk of change for the last bit of my coach pay for this year and then for that training. So I'm not super comfortable with money, but enough to be like, I kind of want to just get a couple of the things off the checklist. And
Yeah, treat yourself.
Spider-Punk was the number one. And then actually one more thing I'll show you for that. I'll be right back.
This man constantly disappearing.
I know. Didn't come ready. Jeez. Come on.
It's
Come
not like we
on.
do this every fucking week. The audacity.
And one more thing. And one more thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. Technically, something I did get is bacon and grilled cheese Lay's.
All right.
Yeah.
I fuck with it. They've been doing like the hot ones fucking chips lately. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, just sell me the hot sauce proper.
No, the hot ones Pringles actually kind of fuck. I like those a lot.
Well, so Lay's is doing their new limited time like
Those
flavor
weird
vote
flavors,
or
yep.
whatever. Yeah, so I was just showing David I have bacon and grilled cheese. There's a Thai curry and there's like a masala one. And I think there's like a
Ooh.
honey butter one as well.
Interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
I had this for actually a few months now. Bought this. I'm contemplating whether I think I'm probably gonna replace my. I have man, I kind of overhauled the entire costume. I think now I think about it, but I have just a denim jacket that I painted the Spider-Punk logo on the back of, which looks good still. I might fuck with that every once in a while, but I found this on Etsy and I love this too.
Nice. Yeah, that's sick too.
Yeah. So a lot of
I love
cool
those
ways.
codes.
Yeah. So a lot of cool ways to go with that Spider Punk. I also bought. It's not gonna be here for a little while, but carrying an actual guitar around the entire con is actually kind of a hassle because you have to bob and weave around other people costumes. So I found this wooden Spider Punk costume that collapses, or Spider Punk guitar that collapses.
Oh.
And it looks pretty sick too. So I gotta like clear coat it and everything too, and that should be here. There's gonna be a Comic Con soonish, sometime this summer. So that's mostly why I'm getting on it now to upgrade it, be done with it, and that's kind of an evergreen Halloween costume I could rock forever. You know what I mean? For
Yeah,
sure.
good shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have another con coming up. I think next month or end of this month. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
too.
The
I-
only con we have is in summer, and it's a shit con.
It's shit
Yeah,
con.
we have like.
Yes, it's shit con. No,
have
it's called
like
Port
a-
Con, and it's not great.
We have like 3 or 4 of them that go on, and we have like a few of them during the summer, then a few of them like closer towards like November, October, I think.
It bummed me out so much that I didn't think to bring my Spider Punk costume to Boston because David could test.
Yeah.
We were walking downtown, dude. There were some girls in like very little clothing, and it was fucking cold out
Like
there.
straight up just lingerie, like just
And it
fucking
was
hell.
cold. It was cold, dude. It was like, was it single digits?
Yeah, it was bordering on single digits for the second night.
Yeah. And there was walking around in like booty shorts, dude. And I'm like, holy fuck, dude. Like,
Everything's fine. Alcohol.
no, no. At some point, like, there were some girls that were like, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what are you
they're
thinking?
actively like regretting their life choices.
Yeah, but I saw that and I did not think about it. I was like, fuck, if I had just realized I'm gonna be in Boston on Halloween weekend, I would have fucked around and tried to wear that costume and get a couple, because people like the Spider Punk costume, even though it's like not the best one. It's good enough that I at the Comic Con here I got stopped a lot for pictures.
Man, in retrospect, we really should have just also swapped hotel rooms because you and your partner would have had so much more fun.
Yeah,
at the one
we
were
didn't
at.
get sick, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Dude, it really was. We should. Like, I don't know why you didn't. I was ready to offer it to you guys too. Like, I didn't mind.
I think it's just one of those stubborn things of like I made my mistake, I'm gonna deal with it kind of situations.
And
but
then I should clarify, by the way, it's very much not a you should have swapped with us. You should have swapped with me, because I am very much the person that will go out and do stuff. She is not. She is very okay with a chill, quiet place. I still have enough energy in the tank to be like, oh, I'll fucking go party and do some stuff. If I have the costume though, I need that second win of a costume though. But I was so bummed when I didn't realize. I was like kicking myself. You can ask her. I was bummed out. I was like, fuck. Probably should. I feel like I could have swung at least like third place at a costume contest or something, dude.
swung.
Yeah. I don't know, but this is one of those costumes that I get stopped at a lot at conventions. So I'm hoping that bumping up the quality a little bit. It was fun because I was entering at one time, and one of the security guards was leaning. He's like, "You're the best Spider Punk here." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, brother! Thank you." I'm not a cosplayer in that sense. You know, I'm not making shit. I'm never gonna be that. But assembling things, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, no, it all counts.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not gonna enter like an actual like cosplay contest, because that's the one where like you got to prove that you made all of it. I'm like, nah. I bought a bunch of Etsy people and maybe I painted something here or there, but nah, I'm not doing that. Shout out to the cosplayers, like the ones that like intricately sew every like little aspect of their costumes. I'm like, that's insanity in a cool way, you know?
I can
Yeah.
work with foam, but I can't sew.
Yeah, sewing is tough.
No, my wife is all into all that stuff, and that's great. She can do that. I have no interest in any of that.
It's true. Let's talk about what we played this week, David.
Hell yeah. So I was actually sick for a good chunk of my time. So I was in bed, and I was like, you know what? I don't have the brain capacity for.
If only you had a
massive
shiny new
carries.
Switch 2 in there.
If
Yeah,
only
for
I
real.
had a shiny new Switch 2 at that time. But no, I was like, you know what? I don't have the brain capacity to deal with parrying and dodging timings. Let me just play some Pokemans. So I decided to play through a Pokemon ROM hack I've been meaning to play for a while now, called Pokemon Emerald Rogue, which is basically just kind of like a speed run of Pokemon with an insanely high difficulty. Because anytime any of your Pokemon die, it follows like proper Nuzlocke rules. So anytime any of your Pokemon die, they automatically get removed from your party. And you have to go through 8 gyms, the Elite Four, the Champion, and then a final Super Boss after all that. And you get, as the longer into the run you get increasingly less Pokemon to backfill your team. I've been having a lot of fun with that. I got like 12-ish hours into it, and it's fucking challenging. I've been putting it. I put it on double battles. It's been a hell of a lot of fun because it really is just a Pokemon speed run. It's just like, all right, here's a couple of quick go catch a few Pokemon, assemble your team. All right, now go do a gym battle. In every gym battle, everything is set up at like true competitive play. It's so fucking good. I have a lot of fun with that one. Aside from that, I was playing some Capcom versus SNK 2 because I had to test out all the controllers that I got for PS2 as well as the PS2 I got from my uncle. So I was using that as my test game. And then on the Xbox, I played some Street Fighter 4. One actually felt really nice going back to that game. I definitely missed it when Street Fighter 5 was a thing. And having played Street Fighter 6, I do like Street Fighter 6 still. I feel like that is a good progression. But man, going back and playing fucking Juri in Street Fighter fucking 4, it's fucking night and day difference. I miss her, how she functioned. And that was where I got a lot of use out of the rotating D-pad configuration on that controller. Because it felt so much cleaner just to have a proper rocking D-pad on the fucking Xbox. Because otherwise the D-pads are fucking garbage. So those are what I have predominantly been playing.
Nice. Kels?
So I've been playing some Rivals with you. We did some of that. That was fun. And then besides that, I haven't played as much Expedition 33. I was playing a lot of Fortnite just because so I think they have an update this week, and then it's like the last week of the Star Wars event. So I've just been trying to get as much done of that battle pass as possible. I almost have Palpatine, then after that I'll be good to go. I got my Grievous. I'm cool.
Nice. How do you think of Ultron?
He's cool. I feel like he has like a lot of intricacies to figure out. Like he probably has like, I don't know. With a lot of the flyers, it's really interesting because the map just kind of completely transforms for you because you have to learn whole new sight lines, learn where to be. Because overextending while you're flying is a different like thing than overextending while you're on the ground with a parallel level with all your teammates. So it's definitely a learning experience.
Yeah, the meta right now is flying. It's Ultron and Iron Man. And then you'll often see like a Namor or a Hela or someone trying to offset the or Punisher trying to fight back the flyers. Spider-Man gets a weird rap in that. People say he's a lot harder this season. I'm kind of fucked, especially if there's like Namor trying to offset the Ultron too, because I'm like, Namor just fucks up Spider-Man pretty bad. But I'm practicing enough, getting a little better at it. I've been sinking a lot of time into him, so he's almost caught up to my Moon Knight in terms of playtime. I think he's like right there almost. He's so far hard to use. I have some really good games. I have some really ass games with Spider-Man. Moon Knight's a little more consistent because I can kind of stay back. I know what to do, but Spider-Man kind of a loose cannon. But Ultron's weird in a fun way, but you got to get used to him still.
I really want like a Tracer type character because I love Tracer in Overwatch because she's just like that ultimate duelist. Like there's a lot of because Star-Lord is almost that.
He's not fast enough though.
No, exactly. He's not fast enough. Like you can't like cut a corner easily with Star-Lord like you can with Tracer.
You're trying to make him that, but not quite.
Right. His flight is just so fucking slow.
Yeah. Very interesting place where the game's at though right now. It's a really weird meta, but I'm having fun with it still.
Yeah, no, a lot of fun.
David, oh,
Yo,
Yeah, what'd you play?
That's all. I've
Good
been
talk.
I've been in a mood where I like play. Sorry, I'm chewing on something. I really picked the worst time to chew on that. I play like 3 games of Rivals, and I'll get bored and watch YouTube for like half an hour, an hour. I'll go back and play more Rivals. Literally exactly what I'm doing.
I do that exact same thing sometimes.
Hmm. Did you do that? Did you watch the replay that I showed you or asked you to?
Yes. What's his name? Tit Boob or
Tim Boob.
yeah,
You,
Tim Boob.
you see what he was doing?
Well, I don't know if I seen the exact part, but like after like I went back and watched it, I was like, why was this dude complaining? Because at the very end he was complaining about something.
Yeah, dude. What did he say? He was like, "God damn it! God damn it!"
Yeah, damn it! Like I don't know if he was memeing or what, but I was watching and he was like running into shit. I was like, okay,
But you
this
didn't
guy's like,
see what you would know exactly what I'm talking about then, so you missed it
okay,
probably.
I might not have been. Yeah.
After one of the things, he's walking Emma Frost over, and he straight up just loops the camera down and stares at her ass for like a solid 5 seconds. Nothing is going on. He's walking to the point, but there's nothing to do. He just stares at her ass for like 5 seconds and loops back when he gets to where people are at. Dude was gooning mid game, dude.
What a Chad.
I wanted to
yeah.
see why he was why he was losing it too. I was like, dude, you crashed out. And I'm watching it. I paused. I didn't even watch the rest of the match. I was laughing my ass off, dude. I was like, I started spamming. I was like, I wish you were online because I'm like, holy shit, dude! I just caught the guy gooning 4K. Oh man, shout out to Tim Boob.
Tim Boob, you the real one.
Yeah, he gets it.
Doing it unmanned.
David,
Yo,
quite a lot of news happened this week,
we had a lot of
and
fucking
including
news.
a really funny political fallout going on right now. A public breakup on Twitter. I don't think
Yeah,
David, have you been looped in on that?
Yes, I indeed have seen a lot of the updates on that.
Don't have a
fucking
social media
hell.
breakup because we're all laughing at it right now.
Yeah, everyone's laughing, bro.
Mhm.
Fucking Christ! What a wild timeline.
What an amazing
I
Thursday,
hate
right?
this timeline,
Yeah,
but
no, I love it. Switch 2 and a breakup like that on Twitter. Hell yeah, dude. It's a good ass day.
Well, yeah, a little bit of public embarrassment. Let's go
Hmm.
for someone else.
Anyway, besides that, David, hit us with some news.
all right, let's talk about the big thing because I don't know what else really happened beyond this, or at least like my brain is fucking fogged.
Well,
at this
we're
point.
talking like Switch 2 stuff. Shouts to a GameStop in Staten Island.
Oh yeah, it's that. Yeah.
They you know they don't want you to lose your receipt, so what do? They staple it to a box, which, you know, already I'm like, do not staple anything to my boxes because like a lot of people collect those things too, so don't do that.
Yeah.
Also, maybe it's a little funky that Nintendo chose to put the screen so fucking close to the box. Is what it is. They stapled and it got through to the screen and it definitely scratched the screen.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
the ones I've seen is straight up punctured through the screen. It's like, holy fuck.
I
how
thought
does
that- dude,
staple do
you
it?
just said-
Interestingly, I've
said
seen
GameStop
threads get
fucked
taken
me.
down about it.
Kells just said GameStop fucked me, and I was like, interesting. I was on Twitter, and that's like the first news article I saw, and I was like, oh fuck. I thought that's what happened to Kells. I was like, that sucks. Oh my god. Shout out to that guy. He's fired.
Yeah, GameStop's not having a good Switch 2 release day.
Someone already. Hold on. What is it, David? You'll know what this is. Hold on.
Will I?
Yeah, because I don't understand these terms, but you 100% will. Damn it, I just had it. Let's see. Dave, I'm gonna share this with you in the Discord. Let's see. Da-da-da. Come here. There you are. There you go, David.
Is it in the?
Blue Rupees Discord.
I'd
Would you like to
be
explain?
killing a motherfucker.
Would you like to explain for the audience?
All
'Cause
right.
I
So
explain like
what
I'm
I'm
five.
looking. All right. So what I'm looking at here is a Switch 2, which
Brand
it
new,
look like
just
this.
today.
Brand new, just today. And what I am looking at is it looks like a chessboard has started to form on the screen.
What does that mean if
Fucking Christ.
if I'm 5? What does that mean?
That means some massive screen damage has happened.
Did you read it?
There's things to read. No, I didn't actually read.
No,
because
Read
Twitter
that.
doesn't always
It's Blue Sky.
load if you don't have it. No, that is the Twitter
Oh.
link you sent me.
Click the link.
I did. It doesn't load.
Okay.
Twitter does that sometimes, or if you're not logged in,
David,
it doesn't let
alright.
you in.
Okay, because I genuinely don't understand any of this. Here, David. Look at my screen real quick.
All right. Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. A better reaction on that.
Oh.
Here's the Blue Sky link to it.
Thank you, a man of culture. God damn.
No, it was a tweet of the Blue Sky.
David, explain like I am 5.
Ooh. All right. So it looks like what we have here is a frame buffer exploit. So what is happening is that they are sending a massive ton of code to the Switch too in order to overflow it. So it's running so much code that the CPU and RAM are like, I give up, bro. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And through that, they have managed to go ahead and hijack. They found a vulnerability point where they can say, all right, if we throw so much code at this amount of timing, we can go ahead and hijack it because it panics and doesn't know what to do. So we have our first okay, so this is a graphical demo, it looks like. There's no practical purpose yet. Other than potentially being able to play like videos on it down the road. So it looks like specifically this is hijacking the graphics card. Ooh. Okay. So this is really just the first steps into busting open homebrew on this goddamn thing already.
Hell yeah.
You fucking love to see it.
It's been out for how many hours?
Technically, some people have had their hands on it for like a couple weeks.
This guy did.
The GBA temp forums have been actually having for the past 2 weeks people talking about getting their hands on them. There were some bogus stories coming out about it when that happened, but I saw a teardown of it like a week ago. On GBA 10.
Unironically, it might be. I don't know. If I had the money, I probably would, but I don't have the money, right? But this reminds me of like maybe want to have like a launch Switch 2 situation
Yeah,
just
that'd
in
be
case a repeat of
every
Switch 1
console gen.
happens.
I wish I'm in a position where I can buy 2 consoles just that way I can keep one in the box for just such an occasion where the homebrew is ready.
Because it looks like
Right.
it's a possibility with that.
It potentially
It's
right
very
now
it's
because
very
it looks
we're
like
baby
it's,
steps. I know that,
we're
but
in baby steps, and because it looks like it is at the software level, it could still be patched out by Nintendo.
but look, it's day 1,
It's day one.
so anyway,
People are gonna be tempted.
Yep. So I saw that. I think that's it on the Switch 2 front, though. So David, hit me with some snasty PlayStation news.
All right, let's
How
fucking
did
talk
Wolverine
about
look?
this. Wolverine looked fantastic. In fact, Logan himself busted through my door and kicked me in the nuts. It looked that great.
And said, "Wake up, loser!
Um,
You're actually sleeping and dreaming of this game. It's never happening."
It's never fucking coming out. But yeah, so we had a state of play, which honestly worked out for us to be able to be delayed on this podcast because then we got to talk about it right away. So I'm gonna go through these games as they were announced because honestly, 90% of this fucking event was goddamn bangers. I could only be so fucking erect during this event. Look at that cute doggo. Anyway, so we started off strong with fucking Luminous Arise. God damn, I fucking love me some Luminous. Tetris Effect was a banger. I am excited to play a brand new fucking Luminous game. Looked fan-fucking-tastic. And I'm just gonna keep going unless you two speak up and say you have something to say.
I just skimmed through, and there's only a handful of maybe small comments I have. So, Kels,
All right, so
all you, bud.
Yeah, so whenever you have something to add, just feel free to stop me before I continue. Then we got a reveal of something I entirely fucking forgot existed. We have Astral Chain at home, and not only do we have it at home, but ours comes with a small daughter to protect. Pragmata lives. We got to see some new footage for that. I am excited to play that. I forgot all about it. Looks fucking good. I'm down for that.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. And it looks like more than just like a fancy tech demo, so that's really cool to see. That's actually
Yeah,
a game.
basically just look like Astral Chain, except with graphics. So I'm fucking excited. And then speaking of visual aesthetics, we got a game that was an absolute surprise to me and fucking Cal's goddamn Man of Prophecy fucking called this one. We got Romeo is Dead Man by Suda51 here. God damn, that game looks fucking clean.
I love how like all of his games have a style that you can just be like, yeah, that kind of looks like Suda. And then they said Grasshopper Studios, like, oh, okay. Makes so much sense.
What's Weary been up to?
His best.
Yeah, I hope.
He's
hope
also
he's
someone
better.
that I just think of every time I hear like them. Sweary is also always a fun guy.
I think the last thing he did release was The Good Life, which actually is a fantastic game. I do
It's been
recommend.
a while though. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Also, real quick to rewind for a
Was it Deadly
second.
Premonition
Lumina,
2 after that, or was that before?
no, that came out after because that was a Kickstarter thing that
okay.
got dragged out for a long time. I know because I was a backer. Because that's my lot in life. Still waiting on Radio the Universe 13 years later. We'll see what happens with that one.
Good luck.
But to rewind real quick, Lumines comes out fall this year. Pragmata is sometime in 2026. Romeo is Dead Man will be next year as well. But something that also comes out this year, fucking the start of September being fucking stacked. We finally got to see a game I have been fucking stoked for. We got to see more of Silent Hill Forte. Fucking looks fantastic. I'm excited to see what heinous shit Rikishi 7 has in store for us. This man loves his goddamn torture scenes, and this man loves really just getting you attached as much as possible to characters in order to put them through horribly traumatic shit. So giving this man the license behind Silent Hill is a recipe for fucking success, and from what we've seen here, game looks fucking great. I cannot fucking wait for September. Goddamn, he be cooking.
Yeah, no, it looks incredible. I'm really hyped for it. I think it'll be really cool to see.
Speaking of fucking hype, I got hyped for this because I thought we finally got Castlevania back, and instead we got something better. Fucking Bloodstained 2 finally. God fucking damn. This game looks mint.
It really does, because so does Bloodstain have like a co-op? Because it looked like it was like two.
It looks like
people
this one
playing.
has a co-op. I'm excited. The original Bloodstained and the two side Bloodstained games did not have co-op. But this one looks like you got like a little tag partner that you can do combos with. So I don't know if it's proper co-op or not, but
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, is it co-op or is it just like a tag situation? Like you just swap in a buddy or swap in a character and they come in and help you beat some ass real quick.
I'm fucking stoked. Bloodstained was a game I ended up getting the platinum trophy in, and that was my first platinum in a couple years, just because I got so sucked into it.
That was. I'll never forget that game's gone by that we did. Kels, did you play Curse of the Moon?
I don't think I did.
So I am not a retro gamer whatsoever, right? So I have not played through any Castlevania games. I'm going through Curse of the Moon, and these guys are like, "Oh yeah, I'm done." I'm like, "How the fuck are you done?" Like, "Oh, it wasn't that hard." I'm like, "Am I just really fucking bad at this game then?" Because I'm having the hardest fucking time getting through this game. Like, I don't know, man. I was like, I holy shit. Eventually, I ground my way through it, and then we're talking about it, and then I think before we go into the episode, I think it was before the episode, right? I think
It was right before we were talking about, because you were like, "God damn, I fucking struggled," and we're
Yeah.
like, "Well, what do you mean you struggled? Like, what got you stuck there?" And then you said the thing that made us go, "Wait, what the fuck?"
Yeah, I'm like, They're like, why don't you just like, what was you gave me, like, you said like, why don't you just double jump there or something like that or something? I forget
Yeah,
what.
because there was some things where I was like, oh yeah, no, all you got to do is like to get this spell that's really cool. You just got to double jump here, and you're like, what do you mean spell? What do you mean double jump? I'm like, what the fuck do you mean spell or double jump?
What do you mean? I'm like, I don't have those. And like, are you not? Are you? No, what was it? Are you? You're not killing them, right? You're supposed to kill them, or you're not supposed to kill them.
You're not supposed to kill them because we asked like, where's your party members? And you said, what party members? My man decided to accidentally go into fucking hard mode and kill every single party member.
So I somehow, which I mean, it sounds kind of badass when you look at it from the other way. Where I was like, yeah, my first run through of these kind of games, I brute forced hard mode and got through the end, and I was like, holy fuck, that was hard as fuck. And you really had a hard time, and I love Gore, but even Gore was like, yeah, that was easy. When he went off and said that was easy, I was like, all right, I fucked up somewhere because I love him, but he does. Yeah,
He's the first to go ahead and be like, oh, we're just gonna turn this difficulty down.
Well, and Samuel Geek would go way overboard. Like, he plays everything on easy mode. He doesn't play everything on easy mode, but he doesn't play on anything on like the hard mode, right? And yeah, here my ass is. I fucking got through. I think Dave was like, "Holy fuck, you got through the game without any of the abilities." I'm like, I guess. And then I was like, and then we need to delay a week. I think that's why, right? Because I was like,
yes.
I was like, oh, we're done. I was like, I finished it just in time. I was like, oh, I didn't finish the game. And so like, all right, give me another week. And then actually I came back. I was like, oh yeah, that shit was easy as fuck with the abilities. What the fuck? Shit, I brute forced my fuck through that. And that
yeah, because I'm sitting here like this is like a 2-3 hour game.
Yeah,
like,
you
I don't
motherfuckers
understand
are like, this is really not that hard. And I was like 6 or 7 hours in, and I'm like, holy shit! This is my first time playing a game like that in like that fashion too. That's my ADHD weird shit coming out where I'm like, I just do things the weird way sometimes and just not work out in my favor a lot of the times too.
You know what? That was your moment for my moment of Nier when I go into Pascal's village. I'm like, oh, the game sold me up to this point. Just kill all machines. I guess I'm killing all these machines. Adrian's like, all these people are like, hey, friend. And you're like, no, we don't have friends here.
Yeah, they were a whole ass boss battle. And then they come back in. I'm like, I don't know if you're fucking saved. Just get rid of you. Let you live and become a monster again. And my job is to kill you. Yeah, so I'm over here like dodging shit.
That was literally the protagonist of the main game. I don't know. I guess I'll kill the bitch. Who cares?
I'm gonna go look at that really quick. Hold up, because I think David almost just didn't believe me that I got through that shit.
I really didn't. In all seriousness, especially where you never played like a classic Castlevania. Because it's one thing to play like a Metroidvania. It's another thing to play like a Castlevania 1 through 3 style fucking Castlevania.
Right.
Yeah, David just like didn't like he was just like no way he actually got through that.
So while Adrian is pulling that up, Digimon Story Time Stranger out in October. Looks fucking great. The Digimon Story games have been phenomenal. I still got to actually finish Cyber Sleuth. But from what I've played of them, I've enjoyed them. My only complaint with them, honestly, is that they are too easy. But when you put them in hard, it overcorrects way too much to where like even just random encounters are a fucking struggle until you get to a certain level cap, and I was like, okay, everything's easy again. So I'm hoping that the second game, that the difficulty balancing is a lot better. But the story was phenomenal in those. I had a great time. So one thing I really appreciate with the Digimon series is it's a series that grew up with its audience. And has never been afraid to tackle mature themes, to the point where, I mean, fucking Digimon Season 3 had fucking murder and just straight up fucking Cthulhu bullshit. It was a great fucking time. But I'm excited for that one. Did you find it yet?
Yeah, give me a second. I gotta add stuff to this phone.
All right, so while you're doing that, Kels and I are gonna have a bit of a talk here real quick. Because right after Digimon Story, something that I knew ahead of time was happening, because the producer of the original game accidentally retweeted the events, and then Jason Schreier was like, "Yeah, it's coming," and we finally got to see the remake for Final Fantasy fucking Tactics. fucking
so good.
chef's kiss.
Oh yeah.
Looks so fucking good. I appreciate also that the game is coming with the remade version as well as the original untouched PS1. They're doing like what Medieval did, which is, I think, is the perfect fucking way to do it. Here's the remade game, but also here's the untouched classic. If you want to just play it on a modern console, enjoy. Go fucking enjoy the untouched classic just on a modern console. But if you want some updates, enjoy. One of the things that really stands out to me is the fact that everything's voice acted. Whenever I show my partner games, that's always like one of the easiest things to make it more palatable is if there's a good voice cast, because
Oh, for sure.
anytime it just sells the emotion of everything, especially with Final Fantasy Tactics, all the political intrigue and betrayal and just everything that happens in that, having a proper full voice cast, fucking chef's goddamn kiss. So that comes out also September. So I'm fucking stoked. September is gonna hurt my goddamn wallet. But Final Fantasy Tactics is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games of all time. Ask me a different day, you'll get a different answer. It's in my top 5 games of all time, just period. Sometimes switching places with Final Fantasy 9. But I'm so excited to have that out on fucking modern consoles.
Yeah, it says finish stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 for the first time, and the very one when I get after that is Emperor of Darkness. Sacrifice every adventurer and finish the game. Shit was dumb as hell. They all attacked me. What the fuck? Could I let them live? It's called
We don't
blood.
believe in forgiving us here.
It's called Bloodstain. I gotta stain them with some blood, dude. Good times. I 100% that game though too. That was a good time. I gotta play the second one still.
Same.
Anyway, what's next?
Real quick, Kels, did you have anything else to add about Tactics?
No, it looks great, and like you said, the voice acting is huge. So for the old version, is it like hot swap? Can you like swap between the two, or is it like a whole-
No,
Yeah.
because of the way that they changed up the gameplay mechanics, it's not hot swappable. Because one of the things they did is they added in like the Final Fantasy X turn tracker, which for anyone that's played the original Tactics knows like that's a fucking godsend of an enhancement. Being able to actually see when turns are fucking happening in that game.
Yeah. That's sick.
The other thing that is really kind of neat is they've brought back the remake voice actors for Cloud and Aerith for Tactics. So I'm kind of even wondering if they went back and updated the Cloud and Aerith cameos for them to be as they are in remake and not necessarily as in original 7.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But yeah, so I'm excited. Tactics is phenomenal. Everyone should fucking play it.
Yeah, and now that's gonna be more available for people. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
now
gonna be a
fucking
big
give us Chrono Trigger, you goddamn cowards.
I'm always a little
Where
scared
the
of
fuck?
them doing that though, because I don't want them to fuck it up.
I would settle just for fuck it. Here it is ported. Here it is emulated ported on fucking modern consoles. Give it to us, you fucking cowards.
That's fair.
Speaking of fucking cowards, this shit game, I don't know. People seem to find it funny. I don't. Baby Steps is out in September 8 as well. I don't care. It looks fucking dumb.
Like, why are they trying to make it like a comedy game? Like,
Because
I feel
it's-
like comedy is inherent from like the action of the game. You don't have to like have pee pee poo poo joke, you know?
Because that's what happens when someone's like, you know what, fucking Getting Over It was missing was fucking Rick and Morty humor. That's
Right.
what that was missing. Shifting focus to something that actually looks fucking good. Hirogami also comes out in September. That looks fucking slick. Nice little original looking game. I'm always excited for those.
Nice.
Then for a game that Kells was hyper fucking excited for, my man should be quite happy for this. Again, also September release, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots with Pac-Man.
With Pac-Man. Yeah, no, I'm pretty stoked to play that. That'd be fun. Be a nice.
There is a
way to
part of
play.
I almost want to grab it for the nostalgia, but I don't
Yeah.
often do video games, sports games. But like, there is something nostalgic about Hot Shots Golf.
100%. That's where I'm at.
Speaking of nostalgia, fucking Ninja Gaiden Ragebound coming in July. That game is looking fucking crispy, and the fact that it's the Blasphemous team behind it, just fucking chef's kiss.
Oh yeah.
A game that actually looked kind of neat. I don't know if I'll get it. Maybe on a sale or something. But Cairn, coming out in November, seems to be an adventure game where you're climbing massive fucking mountain.
That one looked interesting too. At first, I thought it was gonna be a VR game.
Yeah, I was expecting that, but you know, kudos to them for it being just a regular ass game, and yeah, it conceptually looks kind of neat. Like I think there's a lot storytelling wise you can do with that. I'm just what they showed was not enough to fully sell me on it, but I'm curious.
Yeah, for sure. That's where I'm at.
Something I am fully fucking sold on though, the Mad Lads at Digital Eclipse are back. And this time they are giving us some fucking Kino with the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection.
Huge.
Mortal Kombat 1 through 4 and more to be revealed, including multiple different console versions and all with rollback netcode.
So big. That's so cool too. And it's such a good idea to do like while NetherRealm's working on whatever the fuck they're working on after Mortal Kombat 1 now.
And it's
Give
been
us
a
a great
long
idea.
time since we've had the classics in a modern, accessible format.
Outside of like the arcade cabinet, right?
Yeah.
Just saw someone showed Hyrule Warriors Switch to 60 frames per second.
That's so cool.
Beautiful. Things that are not quite as beautiful, but was inevitable. PlayStation showed off they got their own arcade stick now. All right.
White, gross.
All right.
Yeah.
Is it not
It's
getting
time
good?
to took them this long. It's a wireless first arcade
No,
stick.
there's
so
a
probably
wired
not.
version of it.
Oh, there is a wired version.
Some of the FGC people like actively said they've had a hand in helping work on it, and they were vouching for it. They said, let me see where I can find it. Hold up. I'll keep going if you want to keep
All right.
moving forward.
Yeah. Speaking of things that I don't really care a fuck about, but this one Kells does. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater got some more footage in an
yeah.
August 28th release with Metal Gear Online being teased.
It's really interesting that I feel like this is like our first time seeing like actual gameplay from the game. And it's kind of, I don't want to say shocking, but since all we've had are like the cinematics and stuff, it's weird seeing the gameplay now and being like, oh, so this is what the game's gonna look like. But it still
Yeah.
looks good, and I'm super stoked for it because I feel like Metal Gear 3 specifically has some of like the best boss fights in like video games, period. And I can't wait to replay through some of those.
You know, it's one of those things that, as much as I do like to shit on Kojima, a lot of his games do have some very creative ways to puzzle solve them.
For
And I
sure.
feel like Metal Gear Solid 3 is definitely one of the more unique ones.
Mhm.
I'm curious how much of that is retained. Like, if they have that sniper boss fight that you can still just wait a week, come back, and the dude's fucking dead from
Or
waiting
kill
for
him
your ass.
earlier in the game.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because you get the time paradox with that. Yeah. So I'm curious how much of that is retained.
There you go. I think he did tweet in there. He says the team worked really hard on this one. Please look forward to it, and then put in parentheses, it is wired too, not just wireless, so don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid. I don't know. I'm not.
So I wonder if that means it's wireless, but you can plug it in, or if there's gonna be two different SKUs. You know?
I imagine it'll be wireless and you can plug it in.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking on that end.
Oh, that's sick then.
Also, okay, I don't think we're gonna mention it. We're done with the Switch 2 stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to go back and run one last thing. The Yakuza 0 launch trailer for the Switch 2.
Yeah, seen that.
David, did you see this?
No.
They got all the Dojima high end members to talk about, like, there was a girl coming in there and they're like, they did a whole thing, like a 3-minute video of them like talking to them, like the actual actors of the characters.
They
Uh,
were like all dressed up as the character and stuff too, weren't
Oh
they?
hell yeah! All right.
let me send it to you really quick. I think you should watch this. I think you're gonna love this. And people are just like, "What the fuck? Why couldn't this have been the show?" Which is fair.
Yeah.
100%.
Why couldn't the show have actually followed the goddamn games at all?
Yeah, David. Go ahead and at least just peek at that right now for the first like 15, 30 seconds. Peek at that, and I think you're gonna love it. It was super fun to watch. It's not, I don't know why I say it's 3 minutes. It's only a minute and a half. But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just use them.
Fucking hell! Goddamn! They did so good. Holy shit!
Right?
Literally looks exactly like the game.
Oh fucking Christ!
Hey, they do it for the commercial, but not the show, apparently, right?
Fucking hell! That looks so. I'm so mad. That makes me even more mad about the show. The show is so disgusting. I hate it so much.
It makes me more mad that it's a game key because I would totally buy it for right that.
Yeah, I would have bought Yakuza 0 again in a fucking heartbeat if it wasn't fucking game key.
If
Yeah,
it
just
if
this
it
trailer makes me want to play it.
if it's repressed in a full cart, I'll buy it.
We know it's not going to happen from Limited Run. They've already confirmed that Sega doesn't want them to deal it. So
I'm willing to just wait it out and see what people do eventually.
that the only reason I got this is I fully expect because Square Enix does tend to reprint their shit later, the more complete on cart. So I'm willing to go ahead, sell this later, fucking grab it complete. I still have my PS4 copy of Yakuza 0. I'm not gonna go grab 30 minutes of extra content.
No, I mean, like, I'm not gonna buy it, but I'm hoping that eventually maybe they do get through their senses and be like, I'm hoping sales show enough of a diversity enough where it's like, oh, the full carts. But I just think we're too niche. I think normies don't give a fuck. I'm hoping somehow they realize that there's a market for that. But anyway,
Yeah, I'm super tempted.
great
Super
launch
tempted
trailer.
up. Great
Phenomenal
launch trailer,
fucking
for
large
sure.
trailer. God damn. What could have been?
What could have been, honestly.
Speaking of things that could have been, they did indeed actually happen. We got Neo 3 coming next year.
Hell yeah.
Looked fucking slick. I still need to actually play the Neo games.
Me too. I feel like I'd like them. I just, for some reason, haven't played them. I heard they run like shit on Steam, so might have to
Yeah,
check it.
I almost got them on PS4, and then they announced that they were doing like a 1 and 2 collection on PS5 way back when. I was like, perfect. I'll grab the 1 and 2 collection on PS5 when that comes out, and I never did.
Classic.
Hell yeah. Speaking of classic, Thief has returned as a
In
VR
VR.
fucking game. And like I called it, I'm like, oh shit, this looks like this feels like a Thief game. Why is it in VR? Why
Thief
Thief
VR?
VR? And also, why call it Thief VR Legacy of Shadow? Just fucking call it Thief Legacy of Shadow. Like, obviously I can tell from the fucking footage this is a goddamn VR game.
I hate those. I hate it whenever it's just like blah 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 VR. It's like, yes, we know. Come on. I'm buying it on the Quest store. You don't have to tell me it's a fucking VR.
It's not. Watch.
Speaking of games that feel the need to tell you things, Tides of Tomorrow, a multiplayer story where the whole gimmick is basically the mechanic of every fucking modern Persona game, where when you play it, it shows you the decisions that other players made so you can decide what you want to do. That is its entire fucking gimmick.
Hell yeah. Lovely.
Fucking dumb. It's so fuck off. I hate it. Things that I don't hate though, Astrobot is getting 5 new levels later this month, and the DualSense controller is coming back with a new design twist.
Yeah, I'm so
I wonder
glad.
what that means.
I'm really fucking bummed I didn't get that controller. Astrobot was such a fun game. I finally been cleaning up this room a little bit. It looks like chaos off screen, but still, I'm gonna put the controller probably right there too. But that thing sold out real quick, so I'm glad they're gonna bring it back. If there's I imagine it's probably just a different face on the controller probably, but we'll see if there's something cool with it. Imagine there's a way they could animate the face and the touchpad. That'd be so sick.
That's what I'm thinking might happen.
There's
Because what they showed, the
I don't-
face looked the same.
Yeah, but I don't think they could do that though. Is there? I don't think there's any.
They could put
DualSense.
like an LED in there.
That'd be wild. That's also gonna be $120 probably.
Probably.
Oh yeah, I
but
forgot. The Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour is $10. Hold on.
Plus all the DLC that you have to get.
Yeah. I did buy Hogwarts Legacy for like $17, I think.
You disgust me.
I want to play it.
You disgust me.
Shut up.
All
You
right.
own a Game Key game, dude. Fuck off. You lost your credibility for the next like 3 weeks.
Absolutely not. I still retain certain morals.
Do
Yeah. There's some things I still don't fucking go back on.
Some things.
There's certain thresholds in which my body goes, no, we don't do that here. Things that we do here though is actually a decent looking fucking pirate game, Sea of Remnants, coming out next year. I originally thought this looked like a fucking Monkey Island ass game. And then it's not, but I mean, it looks like one, and I'm always excited. Confusingly though, at the very tail end of the trailer, nothing else made it look like it, but they showed us a brief, like 3-second clip of combat in which I saw numbers go burr. So I think this might be a fucking RPG.
That's what I was kind of getting at, because like at first you kind of get the action game vibe, and then roll that back.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Fucking like burr. I think this might be a turn-based RPG. In which case, yes, we don't have enough fucking pirate-themed turn-based RPGs. Give me more, please. Especially one with such a distinct fucking style. I love it. Speaking of distinct styles, our bros that gave us Journey have given us Sword of the Sea. My wife is super fucking stoked for this. Looks right up her alley. I think the game looks gorgeous. I don't think it'll be anything I will enjoy, but she is excited, and therefore I'm excited for her.
Right.
What
How
a man.
supportive of you. Yeah.
Speaking of manliness, PlayStation Plus classics. We got Deus Ex, the PS2 version. The worst way to fucking play that game will be coming to PlayStation soon. But Twisted Metal 3 and 4 are fucking coming. All right, I'm fucking down for that. Let's go. Again, the worst way to play Resident Evil 3 and 2 coming to the Classics collection. But Mist and Riven are coming. I'm fucking down for some classic Mist and Riven. So shout outs to those classics coming back. Speaking of a classic for some people
You give
coming
yourself
back.
segues for something. It's so stupid. I was trying to click on. Speaking of,
I'm
like, you're
fucking
giving your
cooking.
own
I'm
segue.
fucking cooking. Let me cook. Fuck off. I'm setting myself up for success here. That's what a podcaster's supposed to do.
Yeah, just you're giving your own self segues and like giving it. It's not like one of those things where I naturally think you're like, well, speaking of that, it's just you're speaking, and then you're like, speaking of this, by the way, as if like it was like a natural thing.
Yeah.
Speaking
You
of,
think I'm planning this that far ahead? No, I say something like, "Oh, wait a second," and then that's actually a good way to transition.
sure, David. Continue.
Continuing on here, 007 First Light, another game I have no interest in, but the wife is interested in. I don't care for James Bond shit, but for people that like James Bond, a pre-James Bond story. There you go.
Yeah, and he looks like fucking Jason Bourne.
Yeah, he looks like Jason Bourne mixed with Tom Cruise. It's a little unsettling. I don't like it.
It's very unsettling, especially after we've had what's his name as James Bond for like the past
Daniel Craig there.
Yeah, Daniel Craig, yeah,
Yeah, we're getting a new video game James Bond before we get another new fucking Bond actor, which makes me kind of curious what's going on with that fucking series. Oh, that reminded me of one of the other news stories I was going to talk about, but I guess we'll save that for right after. It's fine.
I did a sniff test on the Switch cart. I think it still smells like rubber bands, so don't lick that.
No,
Oh yeah, we haven't done a taste test yet.
Yeah, you have to taste test it.
Fucking Christ.
Hell yeah.
That was
That's what
instant
I'm talking
visceral.
about.
That's the worst thing I've put in my mouth, but goddamn.
Shout out to
The time
David.
is 9:02 p.m.
It's 9:02 p.m. Hell yeah! All right. Ghost of Yeti got a confirmation that later on we'll be revealing gameplay. Okay. Thanks.
It's so funny, like leading up to the state of play, everyone was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Ghost of Yote. It's gonna be Ghost of Yote." Like that was gonna be the big thing.
But it's, I don't know. The lack of first party representation is so fucking wild to me.
I mean, our last one technically is a co-production with First Party.
True.
Because we ended on the biggest fucking goddamn banger of them all, out of absolutely fucking nowhere. It's fucking Marvel, baby. We got Marvel.
Marvel. I'll just do it myself versus by myself.
Fucking Arc System Works said, "Fuck it, Capcom is sitting on their goddamn thumbs. We'll do it ourselves."
Which it didn't
we
seem
basically
like
did
it, though.
already.
They just released
Well-
the fucking arcade classics with that, so everyone thought like naturally there's gonna be a Marvel vs. Capcom 4 probably somewhere in the loop.
Well, that's the fascinating thing with this. So we'll talk about the game proper in a second here. But I was watching some Maximilian content because I'm like,
That
ah,
was so funny.
I love
If
dude,
so-
whenever there's a fighting game, if like a Smash reveal with a Final Fantasy character, or if there's like a fighting game reveal, I'm like, all right, let me go see what Max's response was.
yeah, and the man was fucking shitting bricks. But I watched some of his follow-up content on this, and he brings up a fascinating point. Because technically, the last game for Marvel still is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. When Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out, the immediate direct competitor to it was Dragon Ball Fighter Z by Arc System Works.
Right.
And supposedly, shortly after the release of Infinite and all the train wreck reception that the game had at launch, and the amazing instant success of Dragon Ball Fighter Z, it just happened to be that Sony and Marvel and Arc System Works all had independent conversations, and then someone was like, "Hey, why don't we all work together on this?" Because this game has been in development for a long fucking time.
Which is
And it's basically
it's bullshit. I'm not trying to like save Capcom on Marvel's Capcom Infinite, but remember that was a lot of like legal issues tied in with the fact that we don't own X-Men, so we don't want the X-Men in this game. Which
I mean,
killed
the
a
game
lot
also
of-
looked like fucking ass
yeah,
on
no,
launch.
like, but also wasn't it that like they thought, because that was Disney's era of being really fucking weird, and so like
Yes.
wasn't there like I mean, it was never confirmed obviously, but wasn't it like that Marvel characters looked like much better than the Capcom characters?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, again, I'm glad Arc System Works. I feel like people need, it shouldn't just be Capcom holding on to all these IPs with that. It's good that it spreads around. Like I'm all for that. But I think it's kind of a little lame if they punished quote unquote Capcom by like moving on to someone else when they enforced a lot of that weird shit during that development, you know?
But we also don't know the full extent of what they
Right.
were explicitly
Right,
forced.
right,
The only
right,
thing
right.
we know for certain is that they didn't want anything that wasn't a Disney-owned Marvel
An
character to
MCU
be
thing.
in there.
So there was no Fantastic
Yeah.
Four, there was no fucking X-Men, and so annoying though.
But that's fine because they're just functions, so it doesn't matter.
But now, fuck it. Apparently, just take whoever the fuck you want in this game.
Fuck it, we goddamn ball. So this is a 4v4
It's
fucking
almost a
tag
fucking
fighting
Marvel
game.
Rivals game, dude.
Right.
Straight up, like
Uh,
just in like 10 more years, we're gonna have a 6v6 game. It's like, which you just make this a Rivals game, dude.
It's fucking interesting. The way that Arc System has explained it is that there's one universal life bar, and either you can become like a one character main where you play Doctor Doom, and then you pick 3 characters that you really just are good assists for you as a Doctor Doom main, or you actually get good with a couple of the characters, and then you just have the on the fly matchup change.
Interesting, because I was gonna say 4 bars is a lot to fucking juggle. I know that our
Yes.
attention spans are fucking going, so we need things to be moving. 4 seems like a lot, though.
It seems like a lot, which is why there's just one universal life bar, and it's just you can switch on the fly. But if you really just want to learn the one character and then learn what assists best help them out, do it. or learn 2 characters and then learn 2 assists that are really good for them. But this game seems to be taking massive advantage of everything Arc System Works has
Love
developed
the art
over the time. We
style.
got the art style's fantastic. We got the wonderful stage transitions like we had with Strive. We got to see 4-person fucking combo attacks, which is kind of wild to see. This game looks like it's gonna fucking cook, and the fact that it is a 4v4 makes me hopeful that this is gonna be a deep fucking roster in order to
Yeah, it
actually
has
see
to
some
be.
fucking in order to have the variety in teams. This has to be a deep fucking roster.
Yeah, I've been seeing the meme with whether 2XKO being out and well not being out
Yeah.
yet, and they've only revealed 7 characters, and Marvel's like, here's 6, and we're gonna be dropping a
No,
lot
there's
more.
8.
8. There's 8
Oh,
because it's
8,
4v4,
okay,
so they showed you the first 8.
Yeah, they already covered. They already beat them in one 3-minute trailer. Shout out to them though. I think
But
this is definitely a cool thing to see. I don't know how I feel about the life bar being single. It's interesting. I wish it'd be like a mode where you could do like a 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, or 4v4 kind of
kind of
like
like
that. You know?
Skullgirls.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool if they ran that way. But or if you could do the way they're saying too, that'd be cool if they were just all separate modes, or settings. But I don't know how I feel about that. It is interesting. I'm curious to see it being played.
I like it conceptually because I always thought that like the Skullgirls method was the best compromise, because the way that Skullgirls does it, for anyone that's not familiar, is you can pick up to 3 characters, but you have less life the more characters you add to your team. So you can just pick 1 and then get 1 massive life bar, or pick 2 and then you get 2 smaller life bars, or 3 and even smaller life bars. But Skullgirls also has the really fantastic system where you can custom input what attack is your assist, which I hope to see in a fighting game again, because that's so fucking wonderful, being able to just directly say, hey, this one fucking attack this character does, I want that as my assist specifically, instead of giving me, here's 3 random ones that we think could be useful. No, let me choose exactly what one I want for my fucking setups. Bring that back. I need to see some other fighting game do that. But I am fucking stoked for this. Interestingly, it looks like Marvel. That's the key thing. This doesn't look like a Guilty Gear game. This doesn't look like Persona Arena. It kind of looks like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, but again, Dragon Ball Fighter Z was basically, we're gonna copy Marvel vs. Capcom homework and then fucking slap Dragon Ball characters on top of it. So it looks fucking crisp. I trust them to fucking handle it. They know how to fucking cook. And it's just fascinating because going to that Maximilian follow-up video, he was just kind of talking about like the timelines are fascinating, because you see this situation where basically right after the failure of Infinite, there just happen to be all these talks, and then suddenly this game is being in the works. But since Capcom has brought back the cabinet for Marvel vs. Capcom and then the actual collection of it and all this other things, we've been seeing all these talks from both Marvel and Capcom. But never say never. You know, the reception's great. The sales are there. And then at the same time, it's one of those fascinating things where even in the trailer for this and in the blog posts that have been officially put out from Marvel themselves, they talk a lot about Marvel's legacy as a fighter, about taking people for a ride, and specifically using a lot of terminology and key phrases that are associated with Marvel vs. Capcom. And there's kind of a theory going around right now where we'll still get a Marvel vs. Capcom 4 because all the sales of Marvel vs. Capcom have kind of renewed an interest in it. But it's going to be like another 4 or 5 years where this is going to be our Marvel game for a while, and then down the road we'll finally get the proper Marvel vs. Capcom 4 again.
I can see that, but I'm seeing like a little bit over 5 years for sure. I think they need.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Because again, this is a next year
It's
game, and then also
Yeah.
they gotta let it develop for a while. I think
development times are so stupid long now that
right, but you don't want to overlap your fighting games, because
no, and we're still gonna have Street Fighter 6 for at least another year, maybe 2. But then after that, Capcom's gonna need something.
I disagree. I think they're gonna go with it for a while, especially with it being on the Switch the way it was. I see the Street Fighter 6 legacy kind of going for at least 3 years.
That's why I said a year or two. It's already been a year-ish. Isn't it almost like 2 years at this point?
Street Fighter 6?
Yeah.
That's
Is my
about
perception of time just that bad?
2 or 3 years already. It has to be more than 3 years.
I think we're on the year 2 season pass, right?
Oh, let me look it up here.
Yes. We're at least on year 2 for that.
Yeah, so 2023 in June. So yeah, we are
Over 2
officially
years.
2 years. Yeah, we're over 2
But I'm
years at
saying
this
that I
point.
see it going at least 3 more years before we're even rumblings for that.
So a full 5-year cycle.
The way I see this is I can see Street Fighter 6 because it's a very popular game. It's still holding up pretty well. I know it had a little bit of a slump, but I think it's doing well. I can see this being the Tekken 7 of this fighting generation.
Where it just lasts for like 7-8 years and then finally dips.
Yeah, I think that
And
Switch
then-
Switch 2 having Street Fighter 6. I'm telling you, like, I even from students, because students don't necessarily have the accessibility to a console, especially like that. I don't know why it's a little funkier when it's like a portable versus like that, like a PS5 or Xbox.
I feel like parents look at it more as like a niche thing, so they're more willing to spend the money on it.
On a Switch.
Yeah.
And just I think I just feel like that's gonna renew a lot of interest in that game. Like I have a feeling, I was telling my students going into it, I'm like, the year was kind of small for Street Fighter 6. It was a brand new game, so I don't expect that big of a push. But I think with it being on Switch 2, I think we're getting numbers. I think next year we're getting numbers. So I could foresee it being Tekken 7 of this generation, and seeing how that goes. And Tekken 8 kind of, I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? Tekken 8 kind of takes the Street Fighter 5 of last gen, where it's like people are like, eh. Unfortunately, right? It started off strong, but like just we'll see.
I mean,
We'll
I guess
see
that's
if they
the thing
bounce
is we'll have to
back.
see what the sales numbers even actually look like, because it could not do well on Switch 2.
The Switch 2 is looking pretty solid on sales though, and I think historically, just launch games just do pretty solid. I think.
Would you? I mean, I feel like it's just shy out of the launch window that unless you were already excited for it but didn't have a platform to play, I don't know how many new adopters it's actually going to have.
I can see especially with, like the amiibos being there, people picking it up, right?
I the way I
It's
see it is
just like one of those,
it's like a lot of those kids that just had a Switch finally get a Switch 2 and they get access to all these games, right? Like Cyberpunk, for example. They get access to all these games they've heard about. I think Street Fighter 6 just being that one, and with the amiibo kind of just being there, I think it's I don't know. I could be totally off on this. This is gonna be one of those. I'm not gonna die on a hill on it, but I could totally see this one being taken off for a little while. Not saying it's gonna have the longest legs of all time, but 2 or 3 years on top of this before we start getting rumblings of a Street Fighter 7, I think that works. It really just depends on Capcom's ability to keep pushing content out and really keeping it on top of everything and not fucking it up as much as Tekken has, unfortunately. Because if they keep the goodwill.
I think fighting games as like a launch title is like a really good idea. Because
I feel like
most of them are,
every
like,
console should have one, honestly.
like I feel like outside of Mortal Kombat, they're like a good safe game. You know, it's like okay,
Yeah.
you know what a fighting game is. It's
Mash your buttons.
Rated, you have mash buttons. It's rated T.
And especially for like the Switch, where it's like, okay, perfect, Street Fighter, 6-button fighter. Here you go. Your Joy-Cons give you 2 controllers that have all the buttons you need to play Street Fighter.
I think I even think Street Fighter 2 on Switch 1 did all right. I want to say
It did fine.
for
Like it didn't do like
being a retro game like that though. That was like $40 by the way too, if I recall correctly.
it was a budget title.
Yeah, but a retro budget title, which is which like value wise people are like not into. I think it did solid. But yeah, on that I think every console is a fighting game. Killer Instinct at Xbox launch was awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure. I forgot about that one.
But anyway, I'm excited for this Marvel game. I'll probably hop back into it. That's partially why I'm eyeballing that PS5 stick. We'll see.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited for the Marvel game. Just the name's kind of fucking stupid.
The name's fucking dumb, but you know what? It's so anime that I'm like, all right, I'm here for it.
The art
Right.
style is so good. Like on that last little splash screen with everyone in there, like specifically the characters without the helmets, right? So like Ms. Marvel and and Storm looked really good on there. Like I think because every other guy had a helmet, right? Like Cap had a
Yep.
helmet, Iron Man had a helmet, Star-Lord had a helmet,
Ghost
Doom.
Rider has a skull.
Yeah, so the girls the girls look extremely anime.
Yeah, and fucking Iron Man. It's a goddamn Gundam.
Sick, dude.
Love that shit.
I
So
also
sick.
I
So
also
fucking good.
I think a Japanese take on these characters with full voice acting is really refreshing for that,
And I
right?
love that. Like, I hope they keep it like they don't have English VAs. That'd be so cool.
I think so,
I
right?
would fucking
Because
love that.
we have our MCU. We like I think we got everyone's decent enough knockoffs and rivals, right? I think we go for a fresh voice 100% in another language and Tokon.
And I really hope that you see, even already, I feel like we get like a lot of styles shown off. Was it Iron Man? He has that Gundam look to him. Miss
Yeah.
Marvel, she has like she almost looks like My Hero, Horikoshi. She
Yeah.
kind of has like that same design to her, like the more rounded features to it. I think it's cool how we're getting like not like one solid look. They kind of mix and match and really make it
Dude,
work.
Doom pull out the gat, just fucking like nothing, dude.
Hell yeah, with
I
that fucking
know.
butter gun to the back of the dome. God damn.
Bro acting like fucking Joker in the Injustice, dude. Just pull out the gun like nothing. And
So
everyone,
fucking
and then
funny.
everyone was beating Spider-Man's ass at the end, dude. Like fuck,
What
I
my
do.
bro
Sounds
do?
about right.
All right, I'm
All right.
excited for that.
Speaking of beating everyone's ass here, I need to go on a little tirade here. A David's Rant Classic Edition. We had our Doctor Who finale, and I need to rant about this real quick. I'm gonna try to keep it mild on spoilers because I know, Adrian, at some point one day you're gonna
How about
binge
this?
through all.
I gotta get
20
water
years
and put my plate back, so go full spoilers if you want.
All right, Kels, do you give a fuck at all if I go full spoilers about Doctor Who?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Doctor Who, dude.
Hell yeah! All right. So let me tell you about this heinous bullshit. All right, so Doctor Who has had a new Disney-fied couple seasons, and it has not been going fucking great. The writing has been horrible. The character interactions have been gross. It's just been not great until this last season. Season 2 of the new run has actually been okay. There's been more solid ideas than there's been misses. Belinda's been a phenomenal companion. Thought she was a really great addition to the cast. And we finally were starting to see the Doctor be the Doctor. It was great. It was hitting its stride. And then we had the finale. So let me paint the scene for someone that is not like into the deep lore of Doctor Who. So you have this series which was designed to be like, all right, there's like fucking 60 years of Doctor Who. Let's throw most of that lore out. Basically, it was what I know the perfect way to explain to you. All right, picture what Disney did with Star Wars. They're like, okay, we're gonna pick and choose what we want to keep of what's canon and what's not canon, and we're gonna fucking run with it. So you can at least on an emotion level relate to this,
Right?
where they're like, okay, we're gonna tell a brand new story. We're gonna try to not rely on old deep lore because we want this to be as come in newbie friendly as possible. The problem is that so much of the writing is a stop and wink at the camera as it reminds you of shit that even I, as someone that is a Doctor Who fan, has fucking forgotten about. Because it was from like ancient Doctor Who, from way back to like 60s Doctor Who. And I'm like, bro, like I have a cursory knowledge. I watched some of the Tom Baker stuff. I watched some of the Seventh Doctor. Like I know a bit of the older Doctor Who, but I'm not encyclopedic on it. I was definitely came in with the new generation of Doctor Who. And we're gonna bring back all these old fucking villains from classic Doctor Who, and then we're gonna make reference to the fact that these are old fucking villains that haven't been seen in ages. I'm like, I thought you were rebooting this. Why are we calling attention to this? Fine, whatever. We have this storyline that's building up. where there's this enemy that breaks the fourth wall constantly. They're just constantly mugging to the screen, and they're in every fucking episode where they're like, oh, well, that's interesting, isn't that, audience? And it's like, can you just fucking get to the goddamn point? Why are you here? And I've had a theory of like who this character is for a long time, and I was wrong. Because again, they go fucking deep into the cuts of what this fucking character is, confusing me of why we're going that deep into the cuts of this fucking character, but whatever. And so we have 2 seasons of this fucking fourth wall breaking old lady just fucking mugging at the goddamn camera. And then finally it builds up to where we get almost like this reverse Avengers situation where there's all these characters that are against the Doctor, and she's going around and she's going through time and just fucking taking them out, and she's collecting the full horde. Oh yeah, I'm just in the build up still.
Okay, do you want to message me when you're done?
Yeah, I'll message you when I'm done here. I'm still.
I'm gonna smallest tangent it real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Tess is diabetic. Well, I guess she's in remission, but begs for food like constantly to a point it's annoying.
Aww.
I'm like, I literally just fed you 10 minutes ago. Got her an automatic feeder that only opens whenever she gets near it.
Yep.
So only like her collar opens it, so she gets there, eats it, she learned how to do it, and the other cats are just fucking amazed at it. Like they look at her, she walks up and just like it opens and she eats, and like there's a clear view so you can see the food. And every other cat stands exactly where she does and just stares at the food, assuming it's gonna open, doesn't. And so every time they just look at her open it and just like try to figure out what the fuck is she doing that no one else is able to do. They're like in pure amazement. Like they're always like right there, like, what the fuck is she doing? Anyway.
That was wonderful.
Message me on Signal when you're ready.
Will do. So we have this moment where we're kind of building up the anti-Doctor Who team, and the last character that they get as part of this team is this character that is a dude bro Andrew Tate style podcaster.
Oh no.
Where he is just fuck women, fuck minorities, I'm gonna go ahead and just shit on everyone, but he does it in like an Alex Jones style as well, where it's all about like the Doctor isn't real, all these monsters aren't real, the government's just stealing your money to go ahead and fund their fat cat life. All these monster videos you see, it's just fucking actors in suits, bro. To the point where like one of the big reveals of one of the episodes is this dude pulls a fucking gotcha where he basically like kidnaps one of the companions, brings them to this small rural town where everyone in this bar is in on this fucking scheme. And they all play and act like a monster attack is happening. Then Unit, who's kind of like the Doctor Who SWAT team that just kind of deals with all the like supernatural shit while the Doctor's away, just kind of show up and they're like, we got you, you're wasting taxpayer money, and they're all filming them, and dude breaks into Unit headquarters and gets attempted to be fed to a fucking monster, and they save him and he gets thrown in jail, and then the fucking fourth wall lady comes and saves him, and it's all building to where part of the theme of this run of Doctor Who has been fighting gods. So we've had like a god of music that we've had to fight. There was a god of wishes, which was this last one we just did. And there's a few other gods that we had to contend with. And so we dealt with the final one, which is the god of wishes. And the way they set it up is that like we find out that this dude is apparently a part of like a fucking prophecy where he is the 7th son of a 7th son of a 7th son. And he is kidnapped in his original timeline from like 400 years ago and brought into the future and raised to be an Alex Jones, Andrew Tate hybrid. So that way he can then go ahead and be used as another fucking child that was kidnapped, that was used as the host for the God of Wishes. So that way he could be the wish keeper of this fucking child. And he warps reality into this fucking world where women don't have rights, minorities don't have rights, the homeless are just kept in encampments where they are beaten and ignored. all this other just like heavy-handed bullshit of like, yeah, no one is saying these things are good. You don't need to be this fucking blunt about it. Like, come the fuck on now. We're adults here. And so it kind of builds up to this whole climactic moment where like, all right, we're gonna stop this guy and we're gonna stop the people that are helping him. And it fucking leads into this fucking 3 insane moments. The first insane moment is dealing with this fucking cuck, where they go ahead, they steal the wish-granting god baby from him, and they're like, okay, now that we have the power of baby god wishes, we're gonna wish you have a happy life. Bye. The fuck you mean you're gonna wish this asshole has a fucking happy life? The dude literally tried to kill everyone here, tried to lie and air quotes expose big government in the world in his own image so another evil Time Lord can destroy it and use those. You're gonna wish this fucking clown has a happy life? Episodes focus on redemption. But you know what? There's a time and a place where the Doctor is a cold-hearted motherfucker. One of the best goddamn episodes of where he because as soon as he gets his fucking memories back, one of them he makes all of them immortal, and then he drops one into the fucking pit of a collapsing star by the fucking collapsing star. One he seals into the reflection of every mirror that ever exists. So that way, for all eternity, this child basically just exists as a reflection and never as a real fucking character. Another one he just fucking completely keeps as a scarecrow and keeps eternally moving into different fucking fields to just act as an immortal scarecrow in all these goddamn different. Like, the Doctor, when he wants to, is a twisted motherfucker. And now we're gonna want this Alex Jones, Andrew Tate hybrid to go have a happy life. And I get like what a lot of the defenders are saying. It's that like, well, if men would just get therapy, these problems wouldn't happen. No, there is a fucking time and a place. Hitler didn't need therapy. Hitler needed a fucking goddamn bullet in his brain.
No,
like,
no, David, you're the problem. You don't
yeah,
understand.
I am the radical liberal to the radical liberals, apparently, because Jesus Christ. Fucking A. So that whole bullshit happened. And then we had this other story element, which really pissed me off, because within the last few episodes, there's been this whole thing of the fact that one of the recurring themes of Modern Who is the Doctor is the last. They are the last Time Lord. The whole series reboots, soft reboots effectively, with the Doctor having genocided all the other Time Lords. That is the beginning. It's in the Daleks. Now mass genocides. And dealing with the trauma. And this Doctor kind of did some weird fuckiness that I kind of don't like, but is concept for the Doctor in Modern Who is that they are the big villain in this story arc was an old ancient Time Lord that just miraculously survived the genocide, the double genocide that happened, because the Master also committed a genocide against the Time Lords. After the Doctor committed a genocide against the Time Lords because time travel shenanigans. And what ends up happening is they make a comment of like, oh, you know, Time Lords are sterile. You know, we don't have actual regular babies. We just like take other races and then inject them with Time Lord energy to make them Time Lords. And I'm like, okay, you're bringing back all these ancient ass fucking villains. All these villains from original series Doctor Who. Doctor Who started with the Doctor traveling with his fucking granddaughter, showing her time and space. He has children and grandchildren. Or she, depending on which era of Doctor we're talking about. But they have children and grandchildren already. Even beyond that, they're still in Tennant's run. In more recent Doctor Who, Tennant's Doctor had a daughter, which hilariously behind the scenes would have become his wife. But it's still one of those things where it's like, we have a no-named daughter of the Doctor. We have a no-named granddaughter of the Doctor. We have unnamed fucking children of the Doctor. do you suddenly mean there's no direct children of Time Lords? What do you mean that you have no family? Because it's building to this moment where suddenly in this reality warped world, the Doctor and his companion have a child together. And they're trying to protect this child because this is an impossible child. This child doesn't normally exist. And so they create like this time containment unit to make sure that when they fix time, this child will still exist. And the fucking kid disappears. And he's like, oh, well, I guess I'll never have a daughter. I'll never have a child. And I'm like, you fucking have family. We know we have literally the series started with you having children and grandchildren. What the fuck do you mean you are never gonna know what it's like to have a family? Why are we picking and choosing what to follow in continuity like this? Which then leads to the last thing, which is we get a regeneration. The current Doctor causes some shenanigans to happen, which forces a regeneration. So we only got 2 seasons of this Doctor, which is unfortunate because finally with the second season, he was starting to come into his own. And I do feel like he did a really good job when he was allowed to be the Doctor. But it's just unfortunate that he finally hit his stride and he's gone now.
Like the average run for an actor in the role?
Usually like 4 to 5 seasons. Eccleston, the first of the modern Who's, only got 1 season. Tennant got like 5. Matt Smith got like 4 or 5. Capaldi got 3. Whitaker, she got, I think she technically had 3, but she was also during COVID, so one of her seasons was technically turned into like a movie series. So she got fucked hard on that, which is unfortunate because I actually really like that miniseries. I would have loved to have seen what the full season of that was supposed to be. And then with the 14th Doctor, they were just a special. And then they hopped into, I can't pronounce his name, and I'm not going to attempt it because I don't want to insult the man. But the 15th Doctor, where he got his 2 seasons. But we got him to regenerate. And then out pops fucking Billy Piper, who played Rose in the original reboot of the series, the first companion. And I'm just like, what the fuck you mean Rose? And it does the usual thing where every time they have a regeneration in Modern Who, they say, and now introducing this character as the Doctor. But that's where it gets interesting, is they didn't say introducing this person as the Doctor, just introducing this person, which is fucking wild because this is a person that has played Rose as her predominant character, but then she's also this other entity known as Bad Wolf. She's also a clone of herself that lives in a parallel dimension. There's like, Rose has been in a lot of this series history. And so it's fascinating to see her actress back. But initially I was pissed because I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? We already pulled this stunt with Tennant coming back playing the 14th Doctor. Like, I don't understand why we're now going that far back in the well. But now it kind of makes sense because the more behind the scenes shit with Disney in general has come out where they're slashing a lot of funding for a lot of projects. And these seasons happen pretty
now.
Yes, and there is no confirmed next season of Doctor Who. It is, Disney has not said anything. The BBC has not confirmed. There is no confirmed next season of Doctor Who. In fact, kind of like a James Bond situation, there is no confirmed this is officially the next Doctor situation either. So Billie Piper isn't the new Doctor. They have gone out of their way to say without saying she is not the new Doctor. So now that leaves us in a standstill. We have no new confirmed season of Doctor Who for who knows how long, but we know that we're leading with her next. The fuck are we doing? The current theory is we might actually get like a season of Doctor Who that is self-funded by the BBC, something kind of on the smaller scale to tide them over, and it might just be like a companions only kind of run where they're trying to figure out the fuck happened to the Doctor. I don't know. But that was kind of one of those things where I'm like, fuck you. Because, like, I really hated what they did with the 14th Doctor. The whole big thing with the 14th Doctor is David Tennant back as the Doctor, but he's not the 10th again. He is the 14th. He's different. Same face, different Doctor. I'm like, no, it's the same fucking Doctor. You just put a different number on there. And they tried to kind of finally give like a dovetail storyline for his last companion that he had, Donna, which is a phenomenal companion, one of the best in the series. But it is kind of one of those things that they relied so much on nostalgia, and they relied so much on trying to tie this new reboot of Who into the 10th Doctor and into what made Doctor Who successful in the past, even though they were trying to make it its own thing, that it does nothing well. It doesn't stand as a great kind of homage to classic Doctor Who. It doesn't stand as its own entity as in a rebooted world. It's just a fucking mess. And I really hope that, honestly, as much as the Disney money has been great for the special effects, I don't want it. Fuck it. This series was a clown shoestring fucking budget series to begin with. Keep it a clown shoestring fucking budget and just work within limitations to tell fucking stories. Tell captivating fucking stories again. Because I'm so annoyed. I'm so disgusted. I'm so annoyed. I fucking hate it all. But yeah, so that was my rant of Doctor Who. So I'm gonna go text Adrian back. All that is to say, there is still some phenomenal things with Doctor Who. I really love Capaldi's run. Capaldi is my favorite Doctor. He is hampered by the fact that his first companion, Clara, kind of seals the show for a lot of it, and she gets to be the Doctor, basically, while he just kind of sits back and watches, which is frustrating. But anyone that is familiar with Capaldi, the man fucking acts. I will listen to that goddamn monologue, the phone book. Some of the best Doctor Who episodes are in his run, and Bill, best fucking companion in the series. Missy, best version of the Master in the series. Just truly some of the most compelling and grounded, just visceral fucking episodes of the series. I do recommend it, but I don't recommend New Who at all. The new Who. Goddamn.
Don't worry, that's not up my alley.
Yeah, that's fair. Doctor Who's a lot, especially if you're not really looking for that more kind of schlocky sci-fi. But it is a good time. It is a brutal time. There are some fucking scenes in that series that go fucking hard. Again, Capaldi has some of the most ones that go fucking hard. Like oh my god, there's one fucking scene where he fucking shows up and he's being threatened by this fucking keeper of death, basically. And he's like, all right, look, here's the thing. Here's the thing, kiddo. I want you to go ahead and look up the Doctor. And he's like, all right. And he goes through this fucking list. Like, now I want you to look up the Doctor as cause of death. And there's just fucking trillions. He's like, yeah, that's me. I'm like, that's hard. That's a fucking hard-ass scene.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Just like British programming just never hits for me.
That's
All
all.
right,
That's
governor.
90.
All right.
That's
Would you
like
like a
80% of what we
bottle
watch
of
in this
water?
house.
What?
What?
You're on permit for that, mate.
I like me fish and chips. All
I
right.
do like a good fish and chip, though.
All right. I think that does it. Solid episode.
Solid,
Hell yeah.
girthy episode.
Now we gotta go play with our switches.
Yeah, for a little bit at least. I unfortunately have to physically go into work tomorrow, so I have to be up earlier than I like to be.
Summer vacation for me finally, so I'm gonna stay up for a whole 20 minutes before I get tired and go to bed.
Hell yeah. This
so
man
it
knows
turns
how to
out
ball.
Turns out my Switch 1 wasn't updated, so I'm having to update it before I can do the transfer.
Ain't that bad a bitch.
Yeah. God damn it.
Never ends. Is that actually I had to update it too? It took like a minute or two.
Oh, mine's taking forever. It's saying 6%, 447 minutes remaining.
Yeah, you haven't updated yours, I imagine, in like million years.
Put them both on AC chargers, put them next to each other. It's gonna take you probably about 20-30 minutes to transfer stuff depending on how much stuff you have.
Yeah, it took me like 5 minutes because I didn't have that much.
Yeah, I don't have that much either.
Yeah, at least get them each on a proper Nintendo AC adapter because they're gonna ask you for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it wouldn't
that
let me
is-
fucking get past a menu on there until I plugged in the actual, and I was having to fucking dig it out.
Yep.
Well, it's funny because it really is a power hungry console because I have a 120 watt connector over here that I use for my laptop. And most things I can just throw in and have it share wattage. The Switch 2 balked at the idea of sharing wattage with my laptop
So the
and
fuck?
wouldn't even display on TV until I put it in its own fucking dedicated caddy.
Yeah, give it the respect it deserves, David. It's not gonna share some shit with you.
Hell
The
no.
audacity.
But anyway, we're gonna do that. So anyone, thanks for watching. David, send us out.
Ball with the bod, the bang, diddy diddy.
Dave, how about this? Instead of that was weak. What would you tell the GameStop employee that fucked over Kells?
I'd burn their fucking house down.
I'll see you after work.
Like the audacity.
Imagine-
Absolutely the
Imagine
audacity.
you say that and then you just walk outside the parking lot and just like you stare at him the entire time. Just
Like I would fucking piss in their goddamn coat pocket and return it to them. Like what the fuck?
you should come by with the Switch console tomorrow and just hope that employee's there and say, I'm just buying some games for my Switch.
Oh
Yeah,
let's
you
buy
see
it.
this is what I was
Or-
looking for.
Or ask him how
Found it.
or ask him how George is doing.
Yeah, how's George, bud?
Oh,
Send
man.
him my regards.
Yeah. Good lord. All right. Adios.
See ya.
Bye.